guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the LAN finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with the machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single-panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is...
Welcome everybody to another edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018. Summer Seasons is Masters League going on right about now. I'm your host Vagish Gotslebhan. Unlike our production head Kunal Kesing, who still vehemently refuses to make my name Vagish Gotslebhan, as you can read downstairs.
God 5.
God 5. I don't know who God 5 is.
I think you should just change your name to God 5.
Why should I be God 5?
I don't know, it sounds cool.
Like, that's like so pseudo Shaktiman. That's like millennial Shaktiman. But ladies and gentlemen, this wonderful lady joining me on the desk is none other than our resident analyst for both Clash Royale and Dota 2. Goes by the name Zara Angela Gonzalez. Welcome on the show, buddy.
How are you doing, man?
You ask me the same question every day.
Okay, I'll change my question. Would you like some rasgullas?
Do I what?
Would you like some rasgullas?
Some Rashagullas? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I refuse to offer these Rashagullas to the production like they said yes in my
yes,
ear.
that loud
only
yes.
talent. Production only talent. These are talent treats. So now moving on and ignoring what production said about them being talent, we have a Clash Royale game. Yes, but before we actually speak about the game in general, let's also give a huge shout out to our adorable sponsors, owned by HP, HyperX, Intel, and the people who present to you all of the ESL India Premiership. I'm talking about Nordvin Gaming and ESL. Yeah, that was a shout out. Okay, now the Clash Royale game. We have a best of 5 lined up for you guys. Very interesting match this seems to be. It's Prashant PP Pandey versus Saif Patel.
Yes.
So let's first of all get to know these guys. Let's start off with Prashant PP Pandey. All right, that's Prashant PP Pandey there. He's been consistent, how would I say, ESL member when it comes to having. Yeah, I think how many times have we've seen him in last year? We've seen him in 2016 also.
I think he was there for one season of 2016.
Yeah, yeah. So he's been there. He's been there throughout, through and throughout there. So that's Prashant PP Pandey there. Angie, you want to add anything about?
Yeah, as of now, Prashant stands 7th on the leaderboard. He's played 2 games. Actually, he's played 3 games as of now. And in the first 2 games that he has won, he's won against Jameet and Mukul. Now, Mukul being our last year defending champion. But he's taken a loss against Arpan, who has been our 2-time champion in the summer season and the fall season 2017.
The dab monster.
Yes. But more about him after we hear more about who he's going to go up against.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's going to go up against none other than Saif Patel. All right, that's Saif Patel there. I'm pretty much assuming the fact that Saif comes from Gujarat.
Yeah, Saif is from Bharuch. Hey, Saif Patel, yes, as you mentioned. We have a lot of contestants. We have a lot of contestants and talent from Gujarat in the past 2 years.
Yeah,
if
actually,
you consider Mama
yeah, if you look
Adi
at it, haven't you realized there's a
your surname is Aditya Shah.
Aditya Shah is from Gujarat. Yes, he's from Gujarat. Yes, he's there. And have you realized like how the games are like localized in the country? Like Clash Royale is like so Gujarati in the
That's not
sense.
true.
And then you go to the northeast side, you have more of fighting games and Tekken and everything they have there. Then you go towards Delhi side where they're like, "Ha, hum to kuch bhi chalega, khel
Bombay is
lenge."
like the
And then
headquarters
Bombay is
for
like
esports.
Bombay is literally like Mumbai Central.
Yeah.
Everything's there, like khichdi. It's like pav bhaji for esports.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to. That's a great way. Whoever is watching this show and is in advertising, free idea. Bombay, pav bhaji of esports. Oh, crap. I've given the best copy ever I could give in a long time.
But
Saif
talking
Patel.
about Saif, he's as of now sitting on 9th on the leaderboard. But the great part about this player is as of now he's played 2 games. He took a win against Arpan. Now, Arpan is the only player in this tournament as of now who's taken only 1 loss, and that is to Saif. So, even though he sits 9th on the leaderboard, defeating a person who has been the reigning champion for so long is something commendable. And I think Saif has kind of grown in the ESL India Premiership. The first 2 games that he played, he was a little nervous. Not really, he's getting the warmth of the game and all that. But now that he's back very strong. He's taken a loss to Mukul, but he's won his game against Saif. So, knowing Saif, I'm expecting him to take this game. I would love to see what else he has in store for us. And before we get into further, we can check out their favorite cards as of now are the Golem and the 3 Musketeers. Saif loves to play the 3 Musketeers, but Prashant and Saif both love to ban out their favorite cards for each other. So let's see. Yeah, they have done that. They've gone and banned out the Golem and the 3 Musketeers, and that's put both these players in a spot. Are they going to opt to go with the Giant, which is supposedly the favorite card as of now in the ESL India Premiership? If they both decide to play the Giant, they will have to also go with counter cards to kill the Giant, and that would be a Dark Prince. I have also seen Saif play the Dark Witch, which is not really played that much in the summer season of our ESL India Premiership. So if he decides to play the Dark Witch with the Baby Dragon, he has high scope here. On the other end, Prashant loves to play the Lava and the Balloon together. Now, even though both these cards are very high elixir, somehow he's able to play really well with them, with the Royal Ghost and the Inferno to counter-attack any move that comes to him. So, I'm very excited to see if this game goes to the best of 5. Yeah, that's about it I could say about these 2 players as of now.
I'm using my psychic abilities. 1 second. I'm seeing the game in the palm of my hand, like with the foreseeing eye. I can see, the ghosts tell me the game goes into all 5 rounds getting played. Yes.
Yes, that's what you heard. These 2 players are phenomenal
I think I'm going to
players.
support Prashant PP.
All right, I think I would suppose Saif Patel. One reason being is he has defeated
And because he's
somebody,
Gujarati.
and he is from my home city. So yes, I would love to see how this.
All right then. So then let's
Yeah.
move to the magnetic personality, the gentle giant who's still not a fully grown giant. He's the Wun of Indian esports. He is none other than Gautam Virkaholic Virk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Clash Royale, the best game of ESL India Premiership, and thank you so much, Vagish and Zara, for that beautiful introduction, and thanks, Vagish, for passing the magnetic personality over to me. But while I finish this talk, we've already started the game. These guys don't wait for me to even do a proper introduction or anything. These guys are going all at it. We have today Saif versus PP. It's an exciting game of Clash Royale. We already see a couple of unique units already on the ground. And there's already a big war games actually happening. The P.E.K.K.A. dropping the serious hammer down on the Giant. You see the Giant pretty much disappear very, very quickly. P.E.K.K.A. single-handedly does a lot of damage on his single swing. And the value coming out of that magic archer is next level, by the way. This is great Clash Royale that we're going to see right off the bat here. Talking more about the players, we did hear Vagish and Angela talk about the fact that Saif is from Gujarat. So we've actually had a lot of people playing from Gujarat. We actually had last year or 2016 ESWC India winner from Gujarat. His name was Dhruv. I'm just going to go on a little tangent here. I think it's Dhruv Patel. So I'm pretty sure Patel is a fairly common last name in that general region. So Dhruv Patel was the winner of the ESWC India qualifier. Actually went on to represent India also. Didn't have quite the performance necessary to make it to the second round, but he did pretty well. So here we go. We're getting to see what the overall crux of the game is. We have the big giant and Dark Witch combo coming along with Saif is countering. Night Witch, sorry, Night and Dark are two different words. There was Night Witch. Thank you, production. And we have the Night Witch with the giant combo coming in, which Saif needs to defend. He normally defends that pretty well using a P.E.K.K.A. However, in the last iteration of this push, we saw the giant actually getting a few punches off on the tower, bringing it down to 1400 health. But on the counter attack, normally Saif does get in a good minor. The poison absolutely destroying the Sparkies very quickly. They try to get their job done, however, not able to close there. Another Giants on the offensive, 23 seconds left on the clock. This is the big push that PP is trying to go for, and I'm actually running out of breath here. There's a lot of exciting action. Two Inferno Dragons in the air, doing a lot of DPS. Let's hope that they do not tag onto the tower, which they will not be. The Sparkies are going to be consistently stunning them. However, still alive. Zappies, Sparkies, my god. Today I'm on a good day today. Zappies trying to make something happen on the defensive. Now you've seen the overall game right now. Saif is pretty much on the defense, not able to mount a good offense there because there's so much pressure being put on him, and he needs to make sure that he's able to get some unit across the river. Otherwise, he's gonna lose that tower. As you can see, 150 health left on that tower on the left, and he could potentially lose the game there. One final stand, one final road to glory there. 1300 health on the other side. The poison is down. The zap is also down. And this is GG. Game 1. Exciting finish there by PP. He's actually had a great performance, if I am not wrong. PP's had done a pretty well this season so far. Don't have the chart of this season in front of me, but PP's been playing very well. Saif has been a very familiar name since last year also. We've seen him playing a lot. And this is best of 5, this is my favorite line to go to after game 1. I just love saying that. This is best of 5. We have plenty of games to go. And we've had some 3-0s, but that's okay. We've been doing well so far. Game 2, we've seen the ban cards there. We have 3 Musketeers banned and the Golem. The big Golem is banned. Talking about my personal Clash Royale journey right now, I'm rocking a 2.6 Elixir deck. I just love doing these silly decks because the moment my crown counts reaches 3600, I get scared and I'm like, holy, what I'm gonna do right now? So what I do is I start trying silly decks and see how far I can go. And once I drop down to 3400, I just kind of go back to my 3 Musketeer, which is like my go-to deck at the moment. It never fails me, actually, telling you the truth. Big connects on the right-hand side, even though the Ram did not connect. However, the Bandit was able to connect on its charge, so bringing the tower down fairly low. Something that PP was not very happy about, where you can see with his emotions coming out. PP has not changed his deck. Saif has switched over to a different deck where he has a lot of bridge spam cards, I have to tell you, but we'll see how this all pans out, because the moment PP puts out a lot of pressure in one lane, I swear to God, he's going to be facing a lot of friction in the opposite lane, because that's Saif's strategy right now. And but now he doesn't have an option. He needs to defend this big push, and his defensive cards are very weird at the moment, and I'm wondering how is he planning to defend, because that giant is knocking on his doorsteps. Inferno Dragon trying to bring him down fairly quickly, but still managed to bring the health down fairly low. PP now needs to defend, brings out the Magic Archer. He's doing well. It's a level 1 Magic Archer, so he's trying to make something happen, but a lot of damage being taken on the tower, which thereby he's completely lost that tower, by the way. Magic Archer still at it and brings the Inferno Dragon down. Off to a great start. A lot of low cost elixir cards here. He will be zapping the Inferno Dragon. Did he miss that zap? Yes, he missed the zap. Wow. That was 101 Clash Royale 101 mistake. That's okay. You know what? There's a lot of pressure on these players. They have a lot to live up to. You know, they've been playing consistently for so long. A lot of pressures on their mind. And if they miss a key zap like that, it's you have to understand. It's okay. You have to forget this mistake and move on because of the fact that it's a best of 5. And so PP will have plenty of time to think about his mistake and make something happen, because this is the Master League, and in the Masters League you have to be at the top of your game, and you can't let small things like this pull you back down. So let's get into game 3 of the ESL India Premiership Clash Royale. Best game there is. All right. Good luck. Good manners coming out from both the players. Cards have been switched around. I see the double knight on Saif. We see Prashant with a lot of, quite a mix of units there. We can see the P.E.K.K.A. also. This is going to be quite interesting actually. What's the end game here? What's the goal here? Hope. I gotta love the Ghost. I love the splash damage that the Ghost does, which apparently our co-caster Manoj Gola completely forgot about, that the Royal Ghost actually does splash damage. It's okay. Some people just have to take some time to improve. Just joking. Anyways, big offensive push. A P.E.K.K.A. is still alive and making its way across the bats. Very well placed bats, and he has no answer to that. The Ghost able to sneak through there, however, will do a lot of damage to the Dark Knight. This Dark and the Knight, the Dark Prince. All right. I think this whole standing up and casting thing is messing with my mind. Saif has gone for the typical build that we've been seeing a lot, by the way, in the Premiership so far, as the double knight and a giant build, which is something a lot of players kind of go back to as their backup build, where if they are in doubt, it seems like they kind of go for this build. I have personally not been able to kind of get a hold on this build. I have no idea how to kind of pull it off because the cards are fairly expensive. And to stack them all up and go in for an all-in push, it just seems very weird for me. Even though I'm a 3 Musketeer player, here P.E.K.K.A. now finally comes down. This is the double elixir time, so this is the all-in time. I think with the slow P.E.K.K.A. movement speed, Saif might decide to push on the right, which is exactly what he does. Big push coming in on the right. The Ghost is out. The log comes out. The point right now is to take the tower before the other team and another team can do it. But let's see how is this gonna work out. The giant has locked onto the tower, but will not be able to bring it down. The P.E.K.K.A. Distracted on the left hand side pretty well. Also very nice defense on the left, and a charge being hit on the miner. I think Saif played pretty well there, knowing the fact that the P.E.K.K.A. was dropped way far in the back, and he took his chances, pushed on the right hand side, and now he can easily cycle his poison and few of his units to bring down the tower on the right. Now here comes another push. He's seen the P.E.K.K.A. very slow at the back, and he's going to put a giant up front, and we're going to see the same thing happening one more time. And now Prashant needs to defend very, very well. He needs to make something happen here. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Second Goblin Hut also coming out very well defended, by the way. And now a little oops coming out. This knight could charge into the building. Yes, it does. The Ghost. Not the best unit to put down on the map, because clearly no one can see him unless he attacks. And which prompted the knight to charge directly into the tower and taking it down. This is game 2 going in favor of Saif. Sorry, game 2 is the score. Third is the game. Game 3, 2-0, 2-1 in favor of Saif. And this is the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, Red Bull, and organized by the good folks over at Nordwind Gaming. Very, very kind and good-hearted folks. had not been gaming. Nice people. Very esports focused, I tell you. You should go meet them sometimes. Quite a change of cards, by the way. We've seen Prashant actually opting for the double knight build as well. However, has a big fat missile actually in his... I know what it's called. Wow. These guys are doubting my capabilities of remembering card names. It's only 64 cards, by the way. Here comes the charge. Charge will be stopped. Yes, it does. Now, Saif kind of sticking to the build that he's had good success with. Using the miner defensively there. Keep in mind, as we spoke earlier also, the miner does extra damage to unit compared to buildings. Fairly slow walking unit actually, you can see. Prashant mounting the same thing that his opponent actually did on him. Not planning to drop down the giant at the moment. Here comes the charge, zapped away, another zap coming in. I think that was unnecessary, but that's fine. Both the players actually playing very defensively. If you can sense that, a lot of cards being dropped at the back. They don't quite know what's gonna happen. They have not dropped their big units so far. Still cycling their units, which kind of don't tell the story as a whole. So that is interesting. Both the guys going for a very defensive build, and the ghost was able to distract that knight long enough for it to go down. So. Here comes another knight, and he should be able to take down the ghost instantly. Yes, it does. The prince, the royal prince. Just the prince. Alright, big push. 60 seconds left on the clock. It is the double elixir time. The big units have been revealed. It's P.E.K.K.A versus the giant. P.E.K.K.A, of course, does a lot more damage than the giant. Giant only focuses on the building. So now it's going to be the big game and seeing what is going to happen now. The poison has been dropped. The P.E.K.K.A is in the midst of things. He's targeting the right unit. That's exactly the unit that you want the P.E.K.K.A to hit. And look at this. P.E.K.K.A still alive. And they are making their way across the field right now. And that's going to be a big counter push that PP needs to kind of take care of. PP in a lot of trouble here. Could face a lot of damage. Able to defend this. Saif not having the elixir lead. Yes, he does actually have a lot of elixir lead now to post a defensive push here. A Nado being used, which I deem was a bit overkill. I think he wanted his baby dragon to do splash damage. However, does get few hits on the tower. I don't know if it was worth it. It was definitely not worth it. But now Saif will most probably drop the skeleton army, and they've come down and they've taken care of this big giant. So here comes another P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A on very good defensive unit, by the way, because of the sheer amount of damage he does when he's hitting units, making its way across. Is Saif slowly going to just poison chip away at his opponent? I guess that's all we have to see right now. The prince dropped in the back. The giant making it out alive almost, but will not be able to make it across. The miner actually coming in the back, which is great actually, by the way, for him, because he's not even able to get a lot of damage down on that tower. And that miner single-handedly bringing the tower down to half the HP that it had earlier. So 600 health left on that. A few cycles of poison will be able to clear that tower out if he's not able to get something through. So now it's a game of chess actually. He needs to figure out which units he wants to sacrifice up front. At the same time mounting some defense at the same and this is gonna be quite interesting actually. So the P.E.K.K.A is actually serving quite well for him. The P.E.K.K.A is consistently able to block all these huge units coming towards him. A nice Nado now coming in, a lot of damage being done. P.E.K.K.A still alive and still able to take down the giant, and PP is having a lot of trouble getting through to his opponent and able to hit that tower. And then this is game over, guys. This is game over. Game 4 going in favor of Saif with a score of 3-1. He has taken this best of 5 in his favor. I would like to congratulate Saif. He's done great play. And PP, you tried really well, and we all saw it. You played absolutely like a beast, but Saif just had the right answer to the cards at the right time, and no mistakes were made there. But Saif just simply had the right cards to handle that kind of pressure that was coming at him. And this has been quite a learning experience for me also, understanding how best to stop the giant and double knight build there. The prince and the dark prince right behind the giant can do a lot of DPS, but if you have the right units in your hands, this will actually, you know, be quite an educational thing for me actually. I'm actually going to go on and try this build in my day-to-day Clash Royale practice, my workout that I do. But this is it from my side. This is the ESL India Premiership Clash Royale casting powered by Gotham Workaholic Virk himself. Life doesn't get better than this, by the way. And I would like to pass it back to our good folks in the studio, Vagish and Zera. Thank you so much, guys. Take it away.
All right then, everybody. Welcome back to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership. Thank you, you gentle giant Gotham Workaholic Virk, always wonderfully casting Clash Royale and whatnot. But Angie, your man.
I'm very, very, very excited about this analysis.
Okay then.
All right.
Okay then.
All right, so let's begin with the first game. In the first game, I have learned something about Saif. He always loses the first game. I think the reason behind that is he's just gauging how his opponent is actually going to play the game. So in the first game, I noticed that Prashant was very well headed about playing flying units, which is actually in the meta as of now in Clash Royale. But the problem with Saif's deck at that kind of point of time was he only had ground defense. And that's why we saw that the Infernos, he had two Infernos that kind of went and just wrecked the whole tower. And once Saif understood that, okay, Prashant is really working well with the flying cards, in the second game, we saw him pick up zaps, he picked up bats, he picked up everything to kind of counter any flying unit. But the mistake PP made in that game was that he continued to play with the same deck that he had played in the previous game. But the problem is that when you re-repeat a deck, your opponent has already understood what you're already going to be playing. And that is why in the second game, Saif got that confidence that, okay, PP is going to play the same deck, I know how to counter this, I've changed my cards a little bit. He's not really going to be able to touch that Inferno Dragon to my tower after this. Now when we moved on to the third game, both of them figured out that the earlier two decks that they have used are not really going to really help them. So they completely switched it out. We saw Saif completely bring in his whole goblin army, goblin gang, goblin heart, spear goblins, everything under the sun. He brought in the bats, and then there was a switch. He started playing the giant. Now a giant is very hard to counter, and in the previous games that we've already watched in the ESL India Premiership, we saw the mini P.E.K.K.A getting played to kind of counter the giant. But in this kind of matchup, what happened was because he picked up the giant, instantly we saw PP pick up the P.E.K.K.A, because these are only the two counters in the game you can actually play aggressively. At the same time, you can use it as a defense. And we saw in the fourth game, the P.E.K.K.A was used so much in defense more than an aggressive push. Saif kind of realized that he's not really going to get the opportunity to touch the tower with the P.E.K.K.A. So he very smartly has moved the miner to kind of do the defense with the poison. And he left the P.E.K.K.A to just take care of that giant in the game. And that is just really good gameplay. I mean, before this we saw Mukul play a combination of getting the Sparky to kind of counter the Golem, and now they have started making this a very common thing in the ESL India Premiership, that all the bigger cards are used to counter the other bigger card rather than using it as an aggressive push, while you're using the lower elixir cards like a Miner, a Poison, Bats, Ice Golem, whatever else, to kind of just counter and get to the tower. And even though we saw that PP had a rocket available if he wanted to spam it, he really didn't get the opportunity, because if you're going to continuously keep pushing with a giant, where's the opportunity to kind of cancel out everything with a rocket? And I think props to Saif. I mean, he's really learned how, he's really understood each of his opponents in every single game, and that's why he is, I think he's going to be there at the LAN finale. This would be his second win in the ESL India Premiership.
Alrighty then. Well, that sums up today's Clash Royale game. We'll take a quick break here. On the other side, we have a Counter-Strike Global Offensive game, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with the machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Everybody, we're back again with the ESL India Premiership Studio segment, Summer Season Masters League, and no, that is still not God 5. Oh my God.
Get
dude.
over it.
I will never
Get
ever.
over it
It's
and
my
introduce
name.
me.
My name, my rules.
Get over it and introduce me.
All right, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, first of all, once again to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, which has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, and presented to you by the lovely folks at Northern Gaming and ESL, man. And now, moving on, everybody, I'm in a very happy mood to bring to light this amazing person joining me in the analyst desk. None other than the man, the rock, the shiny beacon of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Aditya Adisha.
Thank you, Bagish. That was nice, but now I can also see that why you're not a radio jockey anymore.
Yes.
And this thing. So it's a good thing that you moved on. It's a good thing.
Okay then.
But
Okay.
no, anyways, yes, it is. Thank you. It is. It's the 14th day of the stream. It's the 14th stream day. That means, by the way, that we're not even 1/3 of the way through the stream. 1/4 of
Like
the way.
I said, you're the shining
through the
beacon
tournament.
who'll take us home.
Mhm.
Okay then, moving on. Moving on, we have an interesting game lined up. We have a too easy versus ATE game in the offing when it comes to Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Globally offensive works as well.
I
because
said
the game
global
is.
offensive, and
mean,
my
because if you
tongue
look-
got stuck to
Yeah, I
my
know,
upper
like-
palate of my mouth. But
You could
moving
always
on,
ask for
that's
some
too-
water.
My floor manager decides to be on Insta while we're doing this, so sure. But right now, let's head off into a too easy gaming introduction. Okay, so little bit of nostalgia there, Adi. I think you chuckled internally when I said what is that? So recently, our finance guy and me, we went to have this place called Sector 14 in Gurgaon. So apparently, there's this very famous place called Thaggu Ke Laddu, which has a kulfi called Badnaam Kulfi. So like we literally paid him money and he's like, "Ha bhai, do Badnaam kar do." And I'm like, what just happened? Why are we getting Badnaam here in the middle of the road? So when I read Badman, I'm like, why is his name Badnaam, dude?
I mean,
Why is it
considering you
Badnaam?
were on Sector 14, you probably were Badnaam anyway.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, back to Too Easy Gaming, right? They've started this tournament pretty well, actually. They have they've have a 16-8 win against Malhar. They've only played 2 games, by the way, as of now. They have a 16-8 win against Malhar, and Malhar is, by the way, ex-Eternal with just 1 player change. So still a pretty formidable team, right? Should be there in the top 4, which I do think like they'll be in the top 4 along with Brutality as well, other than AT and Entity Gaming, other than Too Easy and Entity Gaming, who I do think are poised for a 1-2 finish in this Summer Masters League, you know. So Too Easy, of course, they got a default win over Entity Gaming right on the first day because of the shenanigans of their coach. But yeah, I mean, they played well against Entity. Let's not. It wasn't a one-sided game or anything, and it could have swung in either favor. It was 13 all at one time, right? So it's not bad. Too Easy is playing well, and I think even though they have a new addition to the roster, right, that is Badman. I still think Badman. I still think that they're still a very strong team because they play the basics of the game correctly.
Okay then. So let's quickly head off to our participant number 2 in this duel, the opposition.
ATE Gaming.
ATE Gaming, yes. All right, Kappa and gang there, ATE Gaming. What does ATE stand for again?
So I was going to get to that actually. Let's not. We will get to it. There was a very nice wordplay I was going to do, man, and you're just ruining it by asking me the full form of ATE Gaming right now.
Okay.
Fine. It's accuracy, teamwork, experience. Or is it excellence? It's one of the two.
Oh, I just thought it was at Taiwan Excellence Gaming. it goes to that.
Now you know why he's not a creative person. Why he just sits here and reads off a script, which we don't have, actually. But still, yeah. I
Nothing.
mean,
This is false paper.
so
No
getting to
script
80
here,
gaming, by
nothing.
the way, right? I have a note here, which was in a game versus Brutality, Ryder played against Ritesh instead of Ritesh in 80 gaming, and my note says Ritz is benched. I'm not sure if it was just for that game or if he's benched, which would mean that Ryder would be playing this game again instead of Ritz. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out once we go into the game, right? But yeah, AT started off really, really badly, by the way. They're bottom of the table right now. And that's because they have a 0-3
Score.
record. Yeah, like, you know, they've won 0 games out of the 3 they've played. One of them was, of course, it was close. It was against Invictus on Inferno. They lost 16-14. And then the other 2 were not so close at all. Against Malhar, they got pretty much spanked with a 16-7 scoreline. And even against Brutals, they lost 16-11. They did put up a fight. But again, yesterday I did talk about Brutals and the amount of mistakes they are prone to making, right? And that was also one of the reasons why the Brutals versus AT game was so close. Like, I mean, closer than, you know, the scoreline suggests that it's more flattering than the game actually was. The game was pretty one-sided right from the offset. So that 16-11, not really a good number for that game. But yeah, I mean, I was just going to sum it up by saying that they really need to show some accuracy, some teamwork, and some experience, and really need to dig themselves out of this hole that they have started to sink into, because, you know, it's like they have 1 foot in the quicksand right now, and if they're not careful, if they don't buck up, right, if they don't play to that name, right, to that name, because AT Gaming to me and to a lot of the CS community is a loved name, and if you're going to bring down that name with these sort of performances, it's not going to bode well. That name deserves much better performances, and this squad has it in them. It's not like, you know, it's not like they're a bad bunch of players, right? They're all good players, and they just need to show some initiative and just play better.
Okay, then I'm agreeing with you. I'm totally agreeing with you, man. So much of emotion. In fact, right now, let's head off into the map pick and veto and see what's in store for us there. So as we can see, Overpass, Inferno, Mirage got banned. So Overpass, Inferno, Mirage gets banned by ATE. Cash, Nuke, Train gets banned by Too Easy. Leaves us with Aditya's least favorite map.
Most hated map. I would rather have a Masters game played on CS_Untitled. It's much better of a arena for finding out which team is better versus Cobble, because Cobble just lends itself to chaos. It's basically that. And actually, we can actually explain the map once with our video, and then I'll get into why I hate this map so much.
Okay, sure. Let's head off into the video.
Cobblestone. A map despised by Adi, our resident CSGO analyst. This peculiar map with its high walls and massive doors has one major choke point, the drop zone. If the terrorists secure this area, the counter-terrorists have next to no chance of taking the round.
Alright, that's Cobblestone with my voice.
Yep.
Which makes it sound like a
With
BBC
my
Planet
words.
Earth introduction.
With my words and your voice, right?
Yeah, it's like, now moving on to the B drop site.
So now you know, like, why I hate this map so much. It's basically because all it revolves around is drop control.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you win drop, and and the problem with drop is also it's luck of the draw. It's not guaranteed that, you know, this sort of strat will win you drop. Of course, SK has a very good way of taking drop, and that way generally works, but it does require an next level team play that SK has. Like, you know, they have that sort of communication and that sort of team play together, and we can't expect any other team to show us that sort of coordination when it comes to taking drop control. Of course, there are other ways to play Cobblestone. You could probably just ignore drop, get A-long control, and you know, just do a smoke execute. And the same thing at B. A lot of people like doing the B wall of smokes execute as well, but I think that those strategies are now dated. I don't think that they are so... I don't think they're really they're not a meta anymore. Like it was that, the whole smoke execution was a meta in itself for much of last year, right? Most of last year actually, and now it's just it's not so. It's just a more chaos-driven map, and that's why I think that this veto by Too Easy is a bit peculiar. I think it's actually downright stupid to give AT a map which I know Too Easy is comfortable on Cobble, by the way, but I still think giving a map to AT which and letting a map that leans towards chaos letting a map like that through is a bad idea, bad decision.
All right then. So well,
before, I know you were going to go to the game, weren't you?
No, I was not.
Fine. Before going to the game, I wanted to take this over. I'm sorry, Vagish. I know you're the host. It's all right. There. But I did want to point out that today is a special day, by the way. Today is Archishman Fet Pradhan's birthday. And we've created a little something for him. Like with his outtakes. So if production could roll that video, please.
I don't know why I did that.
On the other side, considering that you can't clap with just one hand.
No, you can. I'll show you.
I don't know how he still manages to do it. I will keep at it. I will keep at it till I die.
I have to give you guys some. I have to give you guys some context. By the way, this was an outtake from one of our episodes that we showcased on D-Sport last season, in the winter or maybe the fall of the winter of last season. This episode, was on D-Sport. It was a Premiership match, and he was on as our analyst at that time, along with Vagish, who was the host, and. During an it wasn't an outtake, but he made it, Fet made it an outtake.
Yeah.
And it gives us quality meme material, at least. So I think
Fet
some
will
GIFs.
be known now.
So I really hope the community, you got to make some GIFs on that, by the way. We will make it easier for you by posting it on Facebook. So you can download that video itself and make a GIF. But so happy birthday, Fet, and I'll let you do the honors.
No, please. While you're at it, you're nicely doing it. Continue.
Sure, I will do it then. Happy birthday, Fet, and is khushi ke मामले में, due to you have decided to cast for us as well, so we are going to take this go over to the game now, which is Too Easy versus AT Gaming on the map Cobblestones. So our casters, Fet and Mamba, are ready for you. So let's go to them.
Let's go to them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day, another match in the ESL India Premiership. It is today Too Easy Gaming and AT Gaming going up against each other. But in the meantime, let me take this moment and the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ranjit Mamba, Senior Patel, and alongside me I have the god of words, the ever so charming with the words, and the god of idioms, Mr. Archishman Fet Pradhan, who, well, he also has his birthday today. So before we start off, a very happy birthday to you, Fet. I hope you're doing good, and I hope your day was good as well.
Thank you. Yes, my day has been rather spectacular. It's only going to be made special by today's game, ATE versus Too Easy.
Well, in the meantime, it's going to be Batman who's going to get taken out. Ryder again the first one, going to get the second as well. Pokey, while being blind, is going to find the frag onto Ryder. And Rex, he's going to get traded out as well. So it's going to be a 3-3 situation to work with. And this is turning out to be quite a spectacle. Tito is just going to be waiting it out. And Recall Master towards the cubby, towards the shed, towards the B-bomb side. And this is going to be quite interesting because they did go in for that early aggressive drop take. But the CDs could manage to cut it off. And look at the amount of information that the CDs have. Tito has backstabbed them right across. And he's going to be waiting it out towards the Dragon Lord area. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see. And Recall Master will have to go huge if he wants to get this round. He has a kit and a smoke to work with. Does not have to take that fight head on. But he's going to spot. And he's going to get spotted as well while being taken down to 23 points of life. It's going to be all on Tito, who has to do all the work in the world to try and get that backstab going. But I think the Terry side is actually going to hear him, or maybe not. Tito is going to miss out on the shot. Recall Master is going to find one. Tito whipping a lot of shots. Tito, you should not be doing this. You cannot afford these whiffs. Is going to get taken down by Kappa and Pokey. Just waiting it out towards the drop zone. Can he pull this off though? This is going to be the question, Fed.
I mean, it's going to be a very difficult pickup for Pokey. He has to be the anchor towards connector. He is the sole person holding off this rotation because, well, and let's be honest, with the players being as low as they are, and what Pokey picks up Kappa, and that's the bomb down. That's essentially round over. Buster does have HP to work with. Pokey is just beating a hasty retreat. Poke. Headshots too easy. Pulling that round just out of the ass like a magician pulls a round. And again, as Adi pointed out during the cast, it all came down to drop control, and it's the luck of the draw. This time it went in favor of Too Easy. They had 3 players in drop on the pistol round, and they just formed the perfect crossfire. Badman getting that opening pick, Pokey and Rexy chiming in with a kill apiece, and then it was just the Pokey show all over, cleaning house.
Well, that's true, and I think we might just be running into an issue with the microphones on TeamSpeak, but we'll fix that in a bit. In the meantime, Tito is just going to be waiting it out, and the flashbang is going to pop out as well. Well, they do have 2 flashes to work on, and Tito has made his way towards a really, really good spot. But Pokey with a crossfire, I like it, but the flashbang is coming. It's going to be coming up. No one is watching him. What is even happening? Tito is going to get the first one, going to get the second one as well. Being a little too impatient, he's going to get traded out really quickly, and Rexy getting the headshot onto Hellfighter. Falling back is going to reduce it to a 2-3-3, and Tito should have done a lot more from that situation, a lot more from that position as well. But Rexy again being spotted. The C4 is going to go down as well. A lot of cash coming in for the terrorist side. And look at that, though. Rexy is just going to destroy Rider while it's going to be Kappa on 10 points of fill. He's going to find the first one, going to get the second one as well. Nope. Rexy is going to deny him the frag and the round as well, while Rexy just allows his teammate to pick up the weapons up. And I'm not quite. Oh, well, he has the M4 on tree, so they're trying to pick that up while. Oh my god, these guys. Well, they finally found the M4. But they should have known you cannot boost yourself up top from here. This is just.
I mean, well, just because Stewie and Fallen can jump from broken wall towards tree doesn't mean you can boost each other up from anywhere your heart desires, right, Mamba?
That is true. That is very true.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. They did manage to retrieve the M4. Got a decent bit of cash on Rexy and Recoil Master, who managed to stay alive. And the most important part is that they won that anti-eco, and we've been seeing time and time again the teams from India are struggling to close out the anti-force by rounds and consistently losing to the armor pistol buys that come out from the opposition. And Badman this time is going to be taking an aggressive position towards A-Long, while Recoil Master supports him towards mid. Buster, I think he thought about pushing that smoke, but then decided better against it. It's just going to be upgraded Deagles, 3 upgraded Deagles and 1 P250. They did get the bomb down, which means they're going to have some extra money to take into the next round when they go in for their full proper buy. So they can afford the upgraded pistols. Badman needs to be careful. Deathmaker, and he is a man of his moniker. And there we go. Just not being able to live up to his name. And Recoil Master and Badman will just clean up shop towards A-Long. That's going to leave Kappa all alone in a 1v4. Can he do some economic damage? And the answer is hell yeah. Kappa decapitates Recoil Master in a 1v3. They're circling in. The vultures are circling in on the last remaining survivor. And there's Tito Savage brutalizing Kappa's body. Puts him to bed. And Too Easy get off to a flying start. 3-0. Now's the... Well, now's D-Day. Now's the round that actually determines where, how the game is going to get set up. Cobblestone historically has been a T-sided map, but off late the meta has been shifting more towards the CT side in, top tier Counter-Strike. So let's see if that meta has trickled down to the Indian professional Counter-Strike scene.
Well, that's something we'll only find out as the game progresses, but in the meantime, it's going to be Recoil Master on the CT side, which is going to make things a little more interesting because, the op on Cobblestone is very important, and he's going to be hopping towards B. Well, he's going to be hopping towards A-bomb side. Excuse me right there, but, okay. Priming that nade up. Is going to be throwing that in. Will do quite some damage, and Hellfire is going to get taken out to 76 points of health, and I really like this play from the CTs. Doing something, I wouldn't really call it innovative, but doing something different from the normal plays that we see on Cobblestone. But the flashback coming towards mid, Buster is going to get blinded, and the CTs making sure they do not give up map control ever so easily. And this is a brilliant counter-strike being played out by CT side, and we still have two MP9s to work with. So this is a little ballsy, in my opinion, from both the teams. And Rex is going to be falling back after throwing that incendiary inside the drop zone, and Badman being boosted up top will have to do a lot of work. Even though he has the AWP backing him up, he won't get backstabbed, but after in the first one, he is probably going to get traded out. Most like on Rexy. Oh, being so scared and not firing, being a little calm. And it's actually going to work on his way. While Hellfighter gets taken out to 76 points of health. And look at the amount of time that the CT side has, pulled out of the clock, and the amount of resources that the Cherry side was used to, forced to use as well. And Batman is going to get spotted. He's going to fall down as well. Look at that teamwork, though. Recoil Master saving his teammate, right? The Batman gets the second frag as well. Can they pull this round off? The Recoil Master is in a really tough spot, and the flashbang is going to be on point. Everyone's going to get blinded. Badman watching A-Long, and this is perfect, picture perfect counter-strike being played out by Too Easy Gaming, and this is just a sight to watch. And Recoil Master going around the corner. Deathmaker is going to find the first and get the second one as well. Hellfighter is going to go down. And look at Recoil, though, waiting out towards the truck. Will finally get taken down. And in a... Alright, the clock is going to run out. Ryder is not going to have any cash to work with, while Tito tries to walk up. I mean, he didn't really have anything to lose out on. He could have just pushed in, but he decided that he's not going to push out. But that is going to be the fourth round coming up to Easy Gaming.
Yeah, ATE just kind of overthought that round and played themselves into a very tight corner. They're leaving just 30 seconds left on the clock on a 5v5. In a 5v5 situation without having done any damage, collected any information. Too Easy played that to near perfection. They played passive, yes. It is cobblestone, though. I don't see how many ways there are of playing the CT side on this map. You cannot be too over-eager and aggressive in your takes, in your holds of the bomb sites, because you will get punished. You push B long, there's an AK-47 waiting for you. You push A long, there's, well, a couple of AK-47s waiting for you. You push mid, you're essentially dead most of the times. So, Tito playing on the edge of the smoke, he's playing a very smart game, but he's gonna get blinded. He needs to be careful, and he's gonna get taken apart. Completely mauled. Pokey, in the meantime, does find Buster. He's gonna hold the line, gets Capper, trying to spray down more players, but unfortunately will not find any more kills. In the meantime, Rexy recovers the M4, gets the kill on Hellfighter as well, but Deathmaker, true to his name, finds Recoil Master, but Rexy, the one-man wall, playing from Triangle, just sees off that round. Another close round. Mamba, I just don't get it. It's these pistol armors that are consistently, जो बोलते हैं ना कीड़ा करना opponent में, like they just constantly getting picks left, right, and center, keeping the economy humble, keeping the money honest on the CT side. And the CT economy already is so hard to get a roll, to get going. And I'm just afraid that Too Easy, even though they're 5-0 up, if they lose one wrong round here and there, given the current state of their economy, they're gonna have to eco, and that may just be the little boost in momentum that ATE need to just get off and take off in the first half.
Absolutely true. And if you noticed, Tito actually had $7,000 in the last round to work with when the round started off, and right now he has $50. So the amount of weapons that this guy has dropped is unreal, and his teammates need to fix the mistakes. They need to stop dying, because the amount of money that you have to spend, especially on a map like Cobblestone, is unreal. And the resources, smokes and molotovs play a very pivotal role. So, well, this is going to be interesting to see how it actually works out. But in the meantime, Ryder is going to have the Mac 10 to work with, and Kappa trying to take B-long control, a mid and 4 seconds on the clock to work with, and Too Easy. The way these guys use their resources is just so unreal, right? It's so good, and the flashbang is going to go out as well, and Pokey just waiting it out, and Kappa is going to try and find the frag, but he's gonna fall back. He's going to surround 4 points of health while Pokey gets taken down, and the Mac 10 actually doing a lot of him, making quick work of him. Rexy is going to surround 9 points of health. Can he stop the plant, though? It is going to get taken down from behind. It's going to be Batman and Recoil Master. They have to realize if they cannot find a pick in the next 10 seconds, they have to go fall back and save those weapons up, and this is going to be upsetting for Recoil Master. Could have found that frag, but is going to miss out on the shot. Badman is trying to hold the cross off. The flashbang is going to go out as well. He's not going to blind anyone, and Hellfighter will get taken down, while Kappa finds the head of Recoil Master. And that is going to be the first round coming up. And this is exactly what we were talking about, right, Fred? You mentioned that if the CTs lose a round, the economy is going to be in shambles, and this is exactly what has happened right now. Yeah, like one round, that's all. 5-0 is the score, and Too Easy don't have enough saved up in their bank to go for 2 consecutive buys. That's what happens on the CT side if you consistently lose 3 or more players. Like, look at the rounds that they've won. They've gotten 2 people alive, 2 people alive, 3 alive. That was the best round that they put on the board. That was again, just pistols. 1 alive and 2 alive. They just don't have
any money left to go for to string 2 buys together. Now they're gonna go from a pistol, at least on 2 players, and two of those players are on double eco territory. So this is gonna be a very shady buy coming out from them in the next round if at all they go for a buy. They do have a 4-round lead, so they can consolidate their money and play the long game instead of just being impatient. Badman playing on the edge of the smoke. He's playing a very high risk, high reward gamble, but the problem is he just has the USP, that too unsilenced. Man's got balls. He's got balls the size of 2 globes, and he's gonna go peeking. He's gonna get his dome scalped. In the meantime, Deathmaker getting the 2 opening frags. Hellfighter wielding the AK-47, spots out Pokey, but it is gonna be Kappa who's gonna be the can opener towards the B-bomb site.
Well, it was kind of ballsy to go in for the pistol armor. I mean, I would have rather just went in for a complete eco and have those extra set of utilities that you would have, but nonetheless, too easy going in for that, and that is going to be the second round coming up for AT Gaming. Now, talking about Rexy, right, the way this guy has been performing overall since he has come up and since we've discovered him on Too Easy, he has just been blowing me away absolutely. I remember I was scrimming against him, I think it was day before yesterday, and he was subbing in for War, alright, and it was the same map, it was Cobblestone, and we actually somehow managed to pull it off, even though we were a random team. It was Spawn, myself, Leo Adrian and 2 more players, and somehow War managed to lose that, but Rex was carrying them. It was carrying them like there was no tomorrow. He had like around 28 frags and the rest of the team was lingering around 17, 18, 19 frags. But this guy is sheer talent, and he has been able to unleash himself. But having a very good early game, he has been tamed down a little in the last 2 or 3 rounds. So this is going to be interesting to see if he can show up again on this map. And Deathmaker, living up to his name, he has been the latest addition to AT lineup. And Ritz, I think, Adi did mention he has gotten benched, but Ryder playing again today. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, because I did read the announcement of the new player coming in, but this new, I think this is a little too ambitious with the lineup, because the amount of experience they have with Kappa and Buster is good, but Hellfighter and Deathmaker aren't really that experienced, to be very honest.
I mean, the thing is, yes, Deathmaker is a young kid. I think he's from Silchar, right?
I think yes.
Yeah, he's a young kid, but see, young talent needs experience to grow and get nurtured, and I don't think there's anyone better than Kappa, Buster. These guys have been around in the scene for so long that they can actually help him grow and mold him into the player that this country needs. An explosive player with good comms and a decent understanding for the game, and I don't see anyone better than these guys to actually mentor and nurture him into the player that I know that he can be, because I've been following him since his JMD days, and he has been an amazing talent. He's got such a good grasp of the in-game mechanics, and the way he plays the game is just so good. And I'm really surprised that that Too Easy are consistently going for the boost position, the tree position, because they're not really getting much from that. There we go. Pokey, he needed to find at least 1 more kill, but he just found 1. There's just 1 player, that's Recoil Master, towards the A bomb site, and it does look like Buster has made his way in, and the bomb will follow suit shortly. Recoil needs to be careful. Wow, okay. Recoil Master gets that pick and brings it down to a 3v3. Doesn't take that much damage either, still on half health. Ryder's gonna go planting towards long. There is a player towards APC. That's going to be Deathmaker, and he is going to live up to his name. Deathmaker indeed. Ryder finds Recoil Master, and now it's all down to Mr. Land God himself. Rahul, Sridhar, Tito Savage. Can he do it? I don't think he's interested in going for the retake. He's just going to sit back and maybe try and pick up some exits if they present themselves. But that force buy definitely not working out for Too Easy Gaming. They did put everything they had into this round, and now they're going to have to bow down and walk away slowly, and Tito is doing just that.
Well, I don't understand where their thought process is coming from, because they realize that the economy on the cherry side isn't that great either. But the way the last 3 rounds, the way AT has won the last 3 rounds, look at the amount of cash they have. They've only won 3 rounds, but the CT side was not able to do any sort of economic damage. Now they're just rolling in money like the Arabs, and on an average they have about $7,000, except for Buster who's lingering around 2,600. Well, it's a lot of money to work with, especially on the Terry side. Now, you know, the Too Easy squad will have to do much more than just pulling off 2 rounds. They'll have to be consistent with the rounds once they start pulling them off, because if they pick one off and lose the other one, they're going to get reset completely, and this might just end up being a half or 80 game. But Rex in the meantime is going to get boosted up top. We'll find the frag onto Ryder, and that is going to make things a little easier for Too Easy. But in the meantime, Hellfighter is going to get boosted up top, and this is one position that does not get flashed when the CT is pushed up. So this is going to be very important, very crucial for the Terry side to find that information, and well, crucial for the CTs as well if they try to push up, but that is not going to be the case because they do not have the weapons to work with. And this is going to be quite interesting to see, because Tito just holding that angle of 1 minute and 14 seconds on the clock to work with, while Rexy watches the drop zone with the C75, and the C4 is going to be making his way towards B-long. And this is going to be a little too ambitious of Rexy if he's just going to stand there without anything in his hands, because the flashbang might just come in and blind him. But in the meantime, the smokes have started to pour out, and Tito is going to be throwing a flashbang. As they're trying to find the frag, is going to get taken down. This was a good play. I mean, I like it, but in the meantime, Tito is going to get taken a pokey. He is going to be in that cubby position. I would have rather liked it if Tito was playing it, because he had a better chance of getting more frags with the weapon he had. Now the crossfire is perfect. It's perfect, but pokey is going to get taken. He's going to get destroyed, while Rexy gets the second frag buster. He's going to get taken down, and it is going to leave Recoil Master all alone in a 1v3. Not quite sure why Tito did not play that position, because he would have had a better chance of killing people from there. But nonetheless, that is not going to happen. And Kappa is going, almost being taken out, surviving on 15 points of health, and that is going to be the 4th round coming up for the Terry side.
Yeah, and now Too Easy can finally go in for their full proper buy. They're going to have rifles across the board. Yes, certain players will be lacking a little bit in the utility front, or maybe they forego the kits. But no, Badman is going to at least have 1 kit. So there's going to be at least 1 kit on the CT side, and Recoil Master going for the AVP. Not really sure why he's gone for the head armor. I would have rather he picked up a smoke instead of the helmet. They're up against AKs and 1 op, so there's no point having that helmet, to be honest. It's a 1-shot headshot from any range regardless of recoil. Being very adventurous and taking some initiative, seizing the day, as they say. Trying to get some aggro information and or a pick to help his team come out on top this early game in the 10th round. It's a very crucial round. Scores are going to get tied, and Too Easy will be facing another eco if they lose this. And just remember what I said, Mamba. Just all ATE need is 1 round to run away with the first half. And look at that. They won 1 round and they haven't lost. And they've managed to string 4 together. And Too Easy have just had no answer whatsoever.
Archie, best brain CSGO. Hashtag best analyst.
Nah, yeah, that's Adi. That's Adi.
No, but you know, jokes apart, it was a pretty good call on your part as well. You know, Blair does say that you have a global brain but a silver aim, but you know, you do understand the game way too well.
You've seen my aim. It's way beyond silver. Silvers can be redeemed. Me, no
I like
way.
the nade though. I like this nade. It didn't really do much, but I like the nade right there. And the smoke's gonna come up as well. And Pokey, this actually does help. This helps Pokey more than this helps the Cherry side, because now he has the smoke to fall back onto if he gets the first frag. So I'm not really fond of the smoke. They could have used the Molotov there if they please, but Badman is gonna be pushed up. Buster might just get taken down. And look at that though, the CTs. And Recoil Master is going to miss out on the shot. Kenny is going to go in for the repeat. He's going to go in, and look at that shot. Deathmaker is going to get deleted off the server. And the flick from Recoil Master being on point, while Rexy comes in. It's going to get spotted. Will not get taken. Or will actually get taken now with the refrag coming really quickly. T2 supporting his teammate right there. And that is going to be the 6th round coming up for the CT side. We might just see a pause coming up because there was a lag spike. I'm not quite sure, but Too Easy Gaming. Now this is going to be an even more crucial round for Too Easy, because if they lose this one, they are going to get utterly reset.
Yeah, Too Easy really need to win this. They had the perfect outcome for the previous round. They kept 4 players alive. That's more players they've kept alive than any other round that they've won. Obviously, the ones that they lost, everybody died. So, you know, it's a sign of good things to come maybe for Too Easy, but that just means that now things get even harder, because they have to win this round if they want to build up some bank, and they have to win this with by keeping at least 3 or more players alive. Otherwise, they're going to be in a world of economic trouble. Like, even if they win this round, and they're not going to have enough money to go in for the full proper buy. While ATE, 2 players are sitting comfy on above $7,500. I think Hellfighter's on 8,800, Kappa's on 7,900, Deathmaker is on 5,400. So even if they lose, Hellfighter and at least Kappa will be able to drop. No, okay. So it's only going to be Kappa who will be able to drop. Both economies are a bit precarious, but definitely ATE in a better position monetarily as compared to 2EZ Gaming. And this just, I don't know, it just reminds me of my current bank balance. Like, just to spend or not to spend, that is the question. And this is not spend on luxuries like, you know, air freshener and or tissue paper. No, it's like dinner or lunch. That's how precarious the money situation is on both teams right now.
I'll actually go for lunch, but yeah, just saying. Rico Masa, although the mornings will actually be pretty difficult, you know, when you go to sleep on an empty stomach. But getting back to the game, the C4 is going to make his way towards Dragon Lore, and it's actually going to get dropped off and picked up again at the same time. And we have a 2-man push coming in from the tier set towards A-Long. Now Badman, along with Recall Master, and Recall Master not getting flashed buster. He's going to be really upset about that and missing out on the flashbang. Now these are the mistakes that actually end up costing you the rounds. Why did I even say causing? But nonetheless, Badman is going to be falling back, realizing that he might just get overwhelmed, and Recall Master is going to fall back. So the flashbang though will do a lot in terms of helping him trying to peek towards mid, but the Molotov giving away that there has been no one who has peeked out towards mid, and Recall will have to be a little careful while Badman watches his cross and the flashes. Will probably get primed up, but the T side. Now this is where the flashes come in, right? For the T side, Deathmaker will have to go in dry. He cannot even push the smoke. He cannot catch the CD off guard because he does not have a single flash to work with on his entire team. And Recall Master is going to be flashing it, and well, look at that. That teamwork, that was so beautiful. 2EZ Gaming is tickling me in the right places, but Recall is going to fall back. It's going to spot the terrace, and he's going to find the frag onto Ryder as well. And the players are a little upset with what has been happening on the server, but in the meantime, Badman just waiting it out. Kappa and Hellfighter just gonna chill towards A-Long. And I think this might just as well be the round for the CD side fit.
Yep, and not just that, they may just be able to do it with keeping 4 or more players alive. And the last player left alive is gonna be, well, Hellfighter, who does find 2 kills. The op still getting retrieved nonetheless. And 2EZ sailing on over to 7 rounds. They have the money to go for another buy, but again, their money isn't shored up just yet. They haven't yet secured 2 consecutive buys given their current economic position. Yeah, 3 players will be able to go in for buys, and Pokey will have to buy up. I think, yeah, he will have to buy up, and Tito and Pokey are going to struggle if they do lose this round. Anyway, game has been paused, and ATE, they didn't get the bomb down, but they can easily buy into this round. Like I said, they had enough in the coffers to go for a comfortable buy. But the problem the previous round, and you pointed it out perfectly, was the poor usage of utility on the part of ATE Gaming, and the fact that no trades came in whatsoever. Yes, Badman got that opening pick, or was that Recoil Master towards Long? I think it was Recoil Master towards Long who got the opening kill with the AWP. But the player who was playing second entry just completely shit the bed. There should have been a trade coming out immediately. You find out that there's an op at Long, and it's not a rifle that sprayed down your teammate. You push out, get the kill before the opper has the time to collect his wits about him, because it's a 1-second reload to just chamber the bullet, and Recoil went for the smoke. So you could have actually caught him with his pants down, just gunned him down and neutralized the man advantage, and actually had a very good chance of overwhelming that solo player that remained towards the A bomb site. But hey, I keep saying we have the luxury of X-ray, of the complete picture of the round, because we can see all 10 players in the server at any given time. So I'm willing to let that slide, but the trade should have come in my opinion.
Well, yeah, we all do believe that. And talking about the luxuries that we have, right? You know, it gives us a bigger picture. And the trade should have come in as well, yes, Fed, but they didn't, right? They didn't, and that is where they lost out the game. But in the meantime, talking about Cobblestone, I haven't seen 2EZ play a lot of it recently, but yeah, talking about Rex, he played it against us, so they were performing pretty well. But the teamwork on the side, right? On the A bomb side, the flashes and the counter flashes have just been so perfect. The timing has been so perfect, and it just blows me away that an Indian team can actually be so well coordinated. And this has been one of the biggest strengths for 2EZ. They do have the players to make those individual plays, but we've also seen them make those team plays. In the meantime, the flashbang is going to come out. Or actually, the smoke is going to come out. And look at that! That is so huge! And Tito is going to get spotted. Is he going to get taken down? What is even happening, Tito? Well, Ryder not spotting him right there, but Rex is going to fall back, trying to forget the second one as well. With the MP9, he's going to get overwhelmed. Will get taken down as well. And Tito could have done a lot better, but the flashbang being a little too ambitious, so either not avoiding the flashbang, being blinded. Now it's all going to be a recall master because Batman is on 3 points as well, and he does realize that, and he's going to get destroyed by Kappa, who got boosted up top on the tree, and Kappa Ryder is going to get taken down, but in the meantime the refrag is going to be coming really quickly. And again, look at the amount of cash on the CD set. It's not great at all. Now we might just see an op to work with if the plays are for Mars and two UMP45s to work with not a lot of resources. So probably Batman will sacrifice, unless they want to go in for an eco, which doesn't seem plausible right now.
Eco is their only option because this is the 13th round. Essentially they've been reset. Given the amount of money that each player is carrying, they're gonna get $1,900 for this round, losing this round, which they may or may not do because it's pistols, it's Indian CS, you never know. That's a can of worms that I just refuse to open and address. And Rexy, he's playing a very dangerous game. 3 players are staring him down. That nade's gonna just sail harmlessly over his head. That Molotov though is gonna force him out into the open, and well, he's gonna have to welcome arms with arms wide open. Sorry, welcome death with arms wide open. Not bad.
That's alright, it happens to all of us. But it's a birthday, so we're gonna let that slip through. But Batman is gonna be on the lurk while he just does not realize there is someone behind him. He's gonna get shanked. He is gonna get knifed. There is a player behind him. Does not realize it's a Kappa. Oh, I can only imagine what the comms were like on their team speak. And like, Kappa behind you, and well, Buster. What? Did you see that?
Yeah, that was confusing. That was confusing indeed. I don't know. Again, a complete breakdown in communication, in my opinion. But Recoil Master surviving, gets 1 kill, has something to show for in the round. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, ATE Gaming are gonna take it away and gonna walk away with their 6th round. And this is turning out to be a rather interesting half. Cobblestone, not really known for being a balanced map. It either swings all the way towards the CT side or all the way towards the T side. But this has been a very balanced half of Counter-Strike between 2EZ and ATE Gaming. No side actually completely controlling the terms or the pace of the game. Momentum swinging from one direction to the other in pockets. And it's been a rather well-fought game of CS thus far.
Well, that is true, and we have a double hop setup now on the CD side. This is going to be quite interesting because Cito has the op, towards the B bomb side, and Recoil Master having the op towards A bomb side. While the smoke is going to get primed up by Rexy, or is it just waiting for the Molotov to come in? Not quite sure, but Recoil trying to get some early information. Is going to fall back, and the C4 is going to get dropped towards Dragon Low, and pretty slow run coming from both the teams. But the terror side is going to huddle up towards B long and towards the drop area as well. And the flash is coming, blinding everyone towards B long. The Molotov is going to be coming up as well. Now Tito being a little ambitious is going to fall back. I really like that spot. But the flashbang is going to get thrown out towards B. Also, is going to fall back, blinding himself by his own flashbang, which isn't something that usually happens. But moving the Molotov from the chair side, and Rexy being absolutely blinded, he's going to get taken down. Hellfighter helping his teammate right there in Batman, holding off a really cheeky angle, and Pokey is going to find the headshot onto Deathmaker. He's going to fall back as well while Tito gets taken down by Kappa. Pokey trying to find the second one as well. He's going to find the headshot, and Kappa is going to go down as well. Having a triple kill to work with. Recoil Master is going to be falling back from the bomb side, and Pokey could actually make it a quad kill or an ace if it pleases, if he wants to push out. And Recoil Master just waiting out towards the wins with the season 5 expecting a boost, and this is pretty ballsy from him because if someone gets boosted up top, there's a slight chance that he might just as well get taken down. But Ryder is going to be creeping up in a 2v3 situation. He has to make this play, he has to get that information, if not the fight. But Batman watching the door, so the CDs are playing it to perfection as well. Kappa is going to cross the door finally while Ryder clears it out for him. And is he going to spot Recoil Master? Nope, that is not going to happen. Recoil Master playing to perfection. The nade is going to go out as well. That is not going to do a lot of damage. And Hellfighter planting the bomb down. Now this is going to be interesting. If he can actually manage to hold this off, this is going to be one brilliant round coming in from AT Gaming. But look at the discipline. Look at the discipline. Even though there were two people towards A bomb side, Badman is going to be coming in, waiting for Pokey. But Badman with a one tap and finishing off Hellfighter. That is going to be the 8th round coming up for Too Easy Gaming.
And I just like the audience to notice how Too Easy played that. They were up 3v2. Recoil Master was in balcony towards the A bomb side, but he decided to fall back and allow for his teammates to come in for the rotation. They decided as a team to play for the retake. They allowed the bomb to go down and just play for the retake. And I don't know why Rexy has an MP9. I honestly don't. I mean, I think he's been playing drop the entire game, so it is a fairly viable gun at that, in that closed, in the confines of that little place I like to call hellhole, not drop. I hate this position. I hate this map. But what Too Easy did the previous round is textbook Counter-Strike, and it can be applied to any map and most situations on the retake. If you have the man advantage, play the numbers game. Recoil was fortuitous that Deathmaker decided to push Murder Hole and got that kill. But even if he hadn't, they played that absolutely right. They went for the peak, went for the double peak, and got the trade. They didn't even need the trade because it was 1v3 and Hellfighter got overwhelmed and didn't know whom to shoot at. In the meantime, it is going to be a B hit. Pokey drops the Molotov, but Deathmaker finds Tito. And Pokey has been looking so dangerous, and Rexy in the meantime with that MP9 gets one kill, upgrades the AK-47. Recoil Master chimes in with a kill on the Hellfighter. Recoil Master gets Deathmaker as well. But look at this Buster. Sneaky, beaky-like, slithering his way into the backstab. Rexy needs to be careful. He can get shot in the ass. Oh, Badman made noise and trigger discipline, but now they know exactly where Buster is. But the CTs are sandwiched. They need to be careful. Bomb is stuck towards B long. This is a very precarious situation for both the teams. And I think the CTs are going to fall back in towards drop. Yeah, they are. Rexy needs to be careful. He's going to use the silent ninja technique to try and flank around Buster, but caught looking the wrong way. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And Recoil Master, they think it's an A hit where the bomb is just chilling towards B. Bomb gets planted. Oh, how unfortunate. Recoil thinks that it's an A plant, whereas in reality it is towards the B bomb site. That's going to give ample time for Ryder to take whatever position he wants towards the B bomb site. It's not really planted for him, but Ryder can actually cut off the legs from underneath this attack even before Recoil Master makes his way onto the bomb site. And he's shaving crucial seconds off the clock because of his positioning, but that should tell Recoil Master the approximate positioning of Ryder. And the clock's ticking. Recoil Master has to go for the defuse, and he's going to stick it. Pros don't fake. It's the final round of the half, and oh, that was close. Came down to the last second. Ryder gets the kill. 8-7. The first half ends in favor of Too Easy Gaming. And my God, what a first half of Counter-Strike that has been.
That sure was a brilliant half of Counter-Strike, and I'm not sure when Recoil Master threw that gun away, he was just a little hopeless, or was he trying to fake that he switched the weapon up? I'm still not quite sure. Maybe I'm just overthinking right now, but well, he tried his best. He tried his best to pull that round off, and the scoreline is 8-7 in the favor of Too Easy Gaming. And Kappa has actually asked to stop the round, and well, so this round is going to get reset. This round is going to get played again, but in the meantime, they have started going towards bebop, so I'm not quite sure. Alright, this is a little confusing because they did ask to stop the round, but I think they're playing it as if it's live, so we're just gonna go with it. And on the CD side, they don't have any kits to work with. Now this can be a problem because, you know, on a map like Cobblestone, the rotations are so long, they're so time consuming. You need a kit to work with, and Poke is gonna find the first track. Can you find the second one as well? Is gonna try and find it, but in the meantime, Badman is just going to, you know, come around the corner and steal the frag. Ryder getting a 3K right there from Chicken Coop. Can he pull off the ace? Though he has to if he wants to win this round for his team. He's going to go 99 points of L to work with, so this is more than doable for him. And look at that snappy aim, but Tito is going to find the headshot onto him, and that is getting the first round coming up for Too Easy Gaming.
And yet again, just notice, I pointed this out during the 1v3 that Hellfighter was in, and now Ryder. Too Easy Gaming don't go peeking one by one in a 1v2. They bunch up, they group up, and just try and overwhelm the opponent by double peeking, and that's the right way of going about it. He can't shoot both of you, and if he does, he deserves to win the round. Don't make mistakes. Don't give your opponent the opportunity to come away with the round by handing him 1v1s, two separate 1v1s, which are very much winnable. Just pit him up against a 1v2, which is throwing everything you've got at him, and then you swing the odds in your favor. And that's what Too Easy did and ended up winning that crucial pistol round. Now all they have to do is win the anti-force. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that may sound like an easy task, but trust me, we've been watching a lot of Indian CS over the past few weeks, and it seems as Herculean as surmounting Mount Everest at this point in time.
Well, I like how you put it. I absolutely love how you put it right there. But 3 Mac-10s and a UB45 to work with for Too Easy Gaming and AK-47 onto Pokey. So this is going to be interesting. Hitmaker is going to boost it up top. You know, he's just going to fall back. And, alright. They're just going to be dancing around inside drop zone on top of that plank. But in the meantime, Buster is going to get taken out. Rex is going to find the frag and the flashbangs. Lining everyone. Look at that. Pokey trying to find the headshot. The flashbang is going to land right near Pokey. And Batman is going around the corner with the Mac-10. Pokey finding the second one as well. Can he find more frags though? Can he find more frags? He's gonna be waiting it out. You know, his rock has been mollied off. Reaper Master is gonna find the frag. He's actually gonna find 2 while his teammates make their way towards the bomb site, and that is going to be the 10th round coming up. So AT Gaming on an eco round, not much they could have done, and Too Easy Gaming with those SMGs, they have done a lot of damage. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, yeah, it's alright. I mean, Rexy can actually go in for the Mac-10 in this round at least. But if he dies out, the next round is going to be a little difficult for him because he won't have a lot of cash to work with for the resources. But yeah, it looks like it is doable for them. But in the meantime, the game has been paused. I need to confirm if it was paused by the admin. It has been paused by the admin, so I'm not quite sure what is happening, but it's definitely not working out for AT Gaming right now.
Well, whatever it was, I think it has been sorted out, and we are ready to go back live with the game. Too Easy 10, ATE 7, and Too Easy are now poised to go 4 rounds in the lead. Now, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Too Easy did have a 5-round lead during the first half, and ATE, after they got their hands on the weapons, clawed their way back into the first half to end it 8-7, just barely missing out by 1 round. And that is a commendable effort. But the CT side has historically been the harder side to play on Cobblestone. Let's see if ATE have put in the time and basically know what they're doing. Kappa's going to go for an aggressive peek, not really going to do much damage, but take a lot in return. It's just pistols, so nothing really to be afraid of. And it's more or less a B stack, and Recoil Master and Rexy, they're just... Pokey's just going in, Tito trying to find a kill on the backstab, but nope. Pokey finds 2 with the AK-47. I think they'll be a bit disappointed with that fact, because that's essentially $600 extra that they will not be getting in the bank, considering that they had 4 SMGs. And look at that. They're opting to keep the SMGs because they're going to bank on the fact that at least a couple of players on ATE will not have head armor. And that's exactly the case. Ryder, though, he ecoed both rounds, got the op, some utility, and Kevlar in a helmet. So he has enough sustain, as you MOBA fans would like to, you know, like to call it, to survive this onslaught. And it's going to be a Sukha Bhel Rush B. Back straight from the annals of MM. And Rexy's just going to feel how most Rush B don't stop rushes feel in MM. It's just you come up against a wall and you just get smashed. Recoil Master in the meantime, hiding towards the Cubby Hellfighter, needs to be careful. He is going to get taken down, and Recoil Master doing a tremendous job and, you know, getting... Well, let's be honest, Mamba. They get 3 kills. That's 2 kills more than what should have come in, considering the buy that Too Easy had taken in that round. An objective achieved. They did the economic damage. Now they all have AK-47s, utility, armor, everything, along with the kitchen sink to throw at ATE, while they will be struggling to put a buy together and have utility on the board as well.
Alright, so, there has been something that the opposition isn't really happy about, is the fact that... Alright, so nonetheless, AT Gaming wanted a pause, but they said they would not call a tactical timeout and ask the admin to pause in the meantime. So, yeah, they're upset about the fact that they are not using their tactical timeouts, and it was Too Easy who had to pause for AT Gaming right now. So, well, sportsman spirit coming in, but in the meantime, you know, the buy coming from Too Easy was kind of... No, I won't say it's surprising because they have been doing this for quite a while now, but doing that on a map like Cobblestone is ballsy because of the range that you have to play. And even though they did shut the bomb site off, they did divide it into 2 parts with those smokes. But yeah, I think it was a little too ballsy for Cobblestone. But in the meantime, They are going to have everything they need to work with. 5 Molotovs, 5 smokes, 10 flashes, and this is going to be quite an interesting smoke. I am not entirely sure which smoke is this, but this is going to be a fast B take again, and I like the thinking. But the Molotov from the CTs is not going to allow them to go and push out now. The terrace side, not quite sure if it was supposed to be a fake or they just, at the last moment they decided to call it off, but well, they've pretty much used up. Well, they only used 2 smokes, so I like the thinking from both teams right now. And Ryder is going to get taken down to 29 points of health. The C4 is going to get dropped towards the B bomb side near Dragon Lore, and Buster is going to get smoked off while the Molotov comes inside towards drop zone, and Hellfighter falling back. So really methodical approach coming in from 2Easy Gaming and just flushing them out one by one. But in the meantime, Tito being dropped down inside drop zone is going to go around the corner. He's going to get spotted. Now he knows that there is someone towards triangle, towards walkway, who's going to try and be watching the cross. But in the meantime, Deathmaker just waiting it out towards the staircase. The Molotov's coming in and Deathmaker will have to fall back. Almost being taken down by Pokey right there. But Pokey is the first one, can get the second as well. The flashbang is going to be coming in. Hellfighter again the second one as well. Look at that spray down. Hellfighter is raining hell on the terrace side. It is going to be Tito all alone in a 1v4 again. The first one now has to do a lot of work. This is a little too much. Even though it's Tito, he is more than capable of doing this, but his position right now is a little too hard to play on because he cannot climb back on top of the drop zone. Just watching the smoke, expecting someone to come there, and the scoreline is 11-8 in the favor of the terrace side. And Kappa does not realize that Tito is going to be waiting it out towards the drop zone, and is he going to push out the 15 seconds on the clock now? This is going to be a little too much for Tito to do, so I think he's just going to fall back, try and save his gun up, and maybe just use it in the next round.
6 seconds left on the clock. It's do or die time. It's you don't want to die as a terrorist after time expires and you haven't gotten the bomb down. That's just a no bueno in my books, because you're not gonna get any round loss money. Your team is gonna be like, why do heck, just die, man, just die. You're not clutching a 1v3. The CTs have bomb control, they have positional advantage, yes, and the numbers advantage. It's not just not gonna happen. And ATE also played very well that previous round. They didn't go aggressing, they didn't go hunting for the last frag. That's Tito. Played passive, played the bomb, played the time, and just allowed Tito to get desperate and hand them the kill rather. And they're going for the force. Alright, Tito has bought up the AK-47 along with the armor. We're gonna see that single hero AK buy up. A lot of Eastern European teams used to do it back in the day, Navi especially. A lot of the CIS teams used to do it back in the day in CSGO, and now recently in the Boston Majors you saw Cloud9 do it quite often and to great effect as well. Won quite a few rounds off the back of the hero AK buy-up, and Tito's gonna get boosted up towards long. Deathmaker gets spotted out, but unable to land that telling frag, and Deathmaker will manage to get his ass to safety. And same for Tito, but he's gonna end up spraying down his teammate a little bit as well.
Well, this could be Pokey alongside Rexy, though, with a P250 and a CZ75 on Rex to work with. So this is going to be a little surprising for me, the way they are trying to approach this round. But the smoke is going to be coming up on top of drop zone. Deathmaker falling back while the terrace crosses towards the B platform, and Ryder is going to be falling back towards the A bomb side. So this buy coming in from the terrace side isn't exactly surprising, because they are going to have about $2,400 coming in the next round, so they will be able to buy up. And since the economy on the terrace side is a little more forgiving, that should not be an issue for them. And now I'm expecting one more fast play coming, but it has clearly not been working out, so they might as well not try and do that. But they are going to go in for the drop control, and Buster! Wait, did it just... Alright, but nonetheless, Deathmaker getting 2 frags right there. Trying to get the third one as well. He's going to get it, and this guy has been going crazy. He has been going monstrous with all of these impact frags and those important spray downs. But Batman is going to get spotted, and that is going to be a quad kill coming in for Deathmaker. So 2 quad kills. He was sitting on 12 frags, and suddenly now he's on 20.
Exactly. And wow, okay, a player timing out is Buster just timing out of the server. Alright, so I think this is grounds for calling a technical timeout. I think we allow 15 minutes in case of technical difficulties and timeouts for the players to rejoin into the server. But I guess ATE just gonna take a tactical timeout instead. Alright, that's interesting. But like I said, again, this is the second half is quite frankly mirroring the first half. Too Easy get off to a flying start, and then ATE just immediately bounce back once the buy rounds come in and close the lead down. Now it's down to just one round, and it's coming down to a, it's coming down to a bar fight. It's ugly, it's brutal, and it's visceral. There's no finesse in the Counter-Strike that's being played right now. It's just aim duels, aim duels, aim duels, and trades. Trades being the only element of finesse or, proper Counter-Strike that I can see. It's just coming down to who hits the better shots in any given round. Like that 4-man spray down from Deathmaker, or even in the previous round, Deathmaker just going absolutely bananas with a triple kill. It's just coming down to the fact that, which team is hitting the better shots in each round, and that team is going to come away with the round regardless of what strat or what setup is being employed by the other. And I'm not a big fan of that necessarily, but hey, it makes for an interesting watch.
Well, it sure does make an interesting watch. While I was coughing by muting my mic and almost forgot that I have my mic muted. And this actually happened to us in one of the matches I remember, where you took a pause, I started speaking, and then realized my microphone's muted. But getting back to the game, this is quite unfortunate Buster timing out, and we have been seeing this quite often, but lately it has reduced to quite an extent. But Buster is going to connect back to the CD side, and the game is going to proceed normally. But Recoil Master, he has to set up with the op. He has to go and get those openings, even though it doesn't have to be him, but since he is wielding the op, he can try and get those openings as well, trying to make it work. And if they can go in for that boost towards B plat again, he might just as well be able to find that opening, because he, I think it was Pokey, not quite sure whoever was with the hero AK play, could not get the opening from that spot. So it is going to be interesting to see how it actually works out, and this is turning out to be closer than I expected it to be. But we have Ryder on the MP9 on the CD side, all the resources in the world they need to work with on the Cherry side. Decent amount of resources, not bad. They actually have 5 smokes and 3 Molotovs, so I'd say they actually have a good amount of resources. And yeah, talking about the way this game has been playing out, AT Gaming, somehow they managed to bounce back every single time, even though it looks like it's impossible for them. Somehow one of the players is actually going to pull it off, and then they just take it from there and do not give any rounds to Too Easy Gaming. So I think Too Easy Gaming need to figure it out where after this match is done, obviously, download the demo, try and figure out where they went wrong. But in the meantime, Buster is going to be watching the drop zone. We have the C4 towards A, bomb set towards mid to work with, and 2 guys towards the B bomb site. And Kappa, while being boosted up top, is just going to be a little skeptical if his teammate is watching his back, but I'm fairly certain he is. But Ryder has an MP9 to work with, so he won't really be able to cover him up if there is someone on the backstep towards A long. So this is quite ballsy coming in from Kappa. Fit.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, he's taken the risk of getting boosted up with just the MP9 as backup is rather impressive. And Kappa just getting completely deleted off the server instantly, not even getting, just getting 1 shot of damage into Badman, and that's going to leave a huge gaping hole towards the A bomb site. Buster playing on the edge of fire, but he's going to get spotted out a little bit premature on the trigger finger, but still manages to come away with the kill regardless. And wow, alright, playing that close angle with the MP9, putting it to great use there. But Hellfighter in the meantime has come back with 2 quick kills. It's come down to a 1v2. Rexy towards danger. Bomb control with the CTs. This is not what the doctor ordered for Too Easy Gaming. And now, again, all ATE need to do is not give the 1v1s. There's one player getting spotted. Very fortuitous for him that he didn't get fragged immediately. But Deathmaker and Hellfighter, that was all Hellfighter by the way. That 2-man spray down was what essentially won them that round, because Too Easy did have the man advantage going into the A bomb site, but Hellfighter was like, not today, not today, and he brought it back for his team. And now ATE have brought the score back, all even Stevens, and Too Easy Gaming are staring down the barrel of an armor pistol. They're on max loss bonus, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get $3,400 for the next round, so they're gonna have enough money in the bank for armor, Kevlar helmet, AK-47, and all the utility under the sun. But the thing is, the momentum has shifted. The confidence definitely squarely in favor of ATE Gaming, and we all know the old lads, Kappa, Buster, they thrive off of confidence plays. Look at that, Buster not leaving the left mouse button, just spraying people down and drop. And Deathmaker comes in to grab himself a juicy 3k while Buster gets the double. And that's the full house of frags between these two stalwarts of Indian CS. And that's the 12th round on the board for ATE. They just inch into the lead yet again. And now it's too easy playing the catch-up game.
Now, what is surprising is both the youngsters, right? Both the young guns, Hellfire and Deathmaker, have been the guys spraying people on, knowing people on. And Deathmaker has been playing his heart out as well. Look at the amount of frags he has, 24 frags. And Recoil Master as well on the chair set has been playing fairly well. He has 23 frags to work with, but in the meantime, they are not going to have any ops to work with. There's going to be Ryder opting towards the B bomb side and Buster being boosted up top. I really like what the CD side has done, and the terror side is not going to expect this at all. They're not going to expect this. But Pokey just waiting it out. Buster hearing something out, and Pokey might as well just get taken down because he's going to get caught off guard. Does not realize that Buster is boosted up top, is not going to come in. So almost, getting killed right there, but shaving death off by an inch. It is going to be Buster being boosted up top. In the meantime, Kappa is going to be watching A long, and the C4 is going to make its way towards A bomb side. Now they might get a lot of information if they feel any sort of movement towards A bomb side. The backstab is just going to come. It's just going to start coming in, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The flashbang is going to go up, which is going to blind a lot of people. But the smokes and the molotovs coming out as well. Deathmaker is going to spot Recoil Master. Is going to get taken down, and this is really unfortunate. And Kappa is on the backstab. Look at that. He's towards A long. We might as well have a guy coming in from mid. Now this is terrible. This is a terrible position to be in, but Pokey is going to find the backstab. Kappa is going to get taken down. Might expect the second guy, but Buster is going to get spotted. Now this is a round for AT Gaming to win because, Too Easy is going to have decent after plant positions. Rexy in a really good position as well. He's really watching window, or Titanic if you want to call that, and at the same time while Badman is playing a pretty aggressive angle. Pokey is going to get spotted. Will fall back though, having done a lot of damage. Rexy realizes no one coming. Titanic is going to get taken out by Ryder though. And Badman getting the second frag onto Buster. Can Ryder pull it off though? It's going to be in a 1v2. And this looks really impossible. But nonetheless, that is going to be the equalizer coming up for the Terry side now. The amount of cash that the T side has isn't that great. Now, if they end up losing this one, I think it's game done and dusted for Too Easy Gaming.
Yeah, and I mean, Kappa was in for the perfect flank, but again, just timing. Just smacking him in the face with the giant, well, for lack of a better word, just bad luck, because I can't say the word that comes into my mind right now. I don't want to get fired, Mamba. And he had a nade out, and Pokey peeked him, shot him in the face. And I just feel bad for Kappa because he played that very well. He conveyed the information based on the footsteps that he heard towards mid, and the rotation did come in on time, and he was in for the perfect flank. It was just him getting CS go'd so hard that I would have tilted off the face of the server by now if that had happened to me.
Well, maybe that's what. Timed out, so alright. Kind of unfortunate what has been happening, but the way AT Gaming has been playing this matchup, it has surprised me a lot. They have surprised me a lot because even
whoa, alright, that was
us being timed out as well.
Yeah, TeamSpeak.
That was TeamSpeak just dying on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of thought, I mean, why wouldn't you really laugh the jokes on the joke? So when you mentioned that, you would have tilted off the server, I said, that's the reason why we're casters and not players, right?
Well, I think, yeah, Mamba, I think you're timing out a little bit. I'm losing you. Let me just check my connection. Maybe some internet issues on my end. Alright, so scores 12-12. It is a timeout. Pause has been called. Buster timing out yet again. And, well, so far it has been a dogfight. Not the ones involving K9s, but the ones involving fighter planes. It's been a closely contested battle for every inch, every round of game real estate. And it's been a sight to behold. Like I've been saying, it's not been the prettiest iteration of Counter-Strike I've seen, or you've seen for that matter, but it has been a treatise to good aim, an ode to excellent snap shooting. Deathmaker, Hellfighter, Recoil Master, Kappa from time to time, Pokey from time to time, they've all come alive and they've all contributed to the team effort. I feel bad for Tito though. Ever since the departure of Shinchan, the in-game leading role for Too Easy Gaming has fallen on his shoulders, and he's still getting used to being the IGL. He's still not used to filling those shoes, and it has taken a hit on his fragging. Tito, last season, was the hard carry for Too Easy Gaming. He was dropping mad 25 plus frags almost every game he played in, but ever since he's transitioned over to the in-game leader role, he's kind of struggled to keep his frag numbers up there with the rest of his teammates, and it does show in the scores that Too Easy have been putting up. When Tito goes off, the opposition struggles to reach double digits against them, but when Tito's silenced, I mean, the opposition does have a good chance of coming back and actually taking the game off Too Easy Gaming.
Well, that's true, and the way it has weighed him down. I was talking to him the other day, and it is taking a toll on him. And that is when we talk about balance inside, right? It was such a balanced team, and there's nothing more you could have asked for from that team. But it's unfortunate that Shinchan had to go, and Tito had to pick up on the IGL role, and he hasn't been able to perform very well since. But the good part is Recall Master has been stepping up on the other hand, but the way it has been turning out for Tito isn't looking all that great. So I'm hoping that he can start fragging again, because that is going to be very crucial to the success of Too Easy and for the success of Tito as well, because he has just come in on the global map of competing in India, but well, that sentence doesn't even make sense, but he has just come out on a better team. I think it was July the last year. I think we all used to see him as a puck player, a really good puck player, and that's it. Because I found him on one of the random pucks that I was playing, and the way he played, it was pretty brilliant. And since he has joined Too Easy Gaming, it's just been a ladder that he has been climbing. So it's nice to see him and all the other players like Rexy coming up. But yeah, the IGL role is weighing him down. But in the meantime, Buster has timed out, so I'm not quite sure when he's going to be coming back. But this is a little unfortunate. Buster is actually from Mumbai, so not quite sure if it's an internet issue or is it a cafe issue, Fet.
I mean, Ryder, his own teammate, is just saying ki Buster busted is what he just typed out in chat. So there is this rolling meme called Dombivli Internet or something. I read this a lot being shared amongst the pros on CSGO India. So I guess this is a bad Buster has just come down with a bad case of Dombivli Internet. I'm not sure what that. I'm not from Mumbai, so I'm just gonna take Tito's word.
But just saying, Excali lives in Dombivli.
Yeah, he times out a lot.
Probably that's why. So we've had quite a few jokes running around a few areas of Mumbai, but yeah, Ghatkopar, Dombivli, and all the other places. Breach kind of seems to be doing fine for internet. But yeah, not everyone can afford to live over there. But in the meantime, Ritz just messaged me that he wasn't benched, he was on a vacation. Thanks for clearing it out, Ritz. I think it was Adi who mentioned on stream, and that is where I picked it up from.
Yeah,
so I apologize.
I think Ritz just got back from Bangkok, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Thailand, yeah.
One and the same thing. I don't know. I've never been outside the country. I've been abroad just once to Germany, but never been sightseeing in Southeast Asia. That is one of the things on my bucket list, actually, to go see, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. Just travel a little bit before, arthritis sets in.
It was about 9 years back, and it was a pretty beautiful place. It was so nice. It's a small island, like you can just literally go around the island in an hour, and it's a beautiful place to be honest. So, if you can find the time from our busy casting schedules, I think you should try and do that. But you've been trying to pick up on developing. You've been trying to become a dev. So how's that working out for you, Fit?
Sleepless nights, lots of headaches, just banging my head against the table because the damn code just won't compile and or throws up random ass errors because, oh look, I forgot to put a semicolon here. GG, well played.
That's my college life, that's my entire college life. So I can understand your pain, and at a point, once you get to a certain point in programming, and you've been trying to solve this error for such a long time, and you solve it at the most random time possible, and then you solve so many errors throughout the code that if something breaks, you have absolutely no idea why it's broken, and if it's working, you don't have any idea why it's working either. So it happens while coding, and it's a constant learning process. You cannot memorize what the problems could be, and whenever you're faced with the problem, you have to come up with a different solution. There could be a more optimized solution. Let's just talk about the memory leak that happened the last summer season, right? And it was you guys who found out when the major was happening. So things like these do happen, and the life of a dev is not easy at all. I think the Casa actually have it fairly easy, to be very honest. So it's Ritz who has subbed in. Now this is gonna be interesting. Now he just came online before connecting the server. He messaged me. Well, he was actually pretty upset about the fact that we mentioned that he got benched, but nonetheless he's going to connect to the server, and I am presuming the cash has been taken care of. So well, we are going to go live. The score is tied at 12-12 now. Ritz is not warmed up. Now this is gonna be interesting because Buster had been playing really well. Ritz coming in onto the server, not being warmed up, not sure how the game has been played out. This is going to be a tough ask for Ritz.
And more importantly, Ritz, I think he gets dropped to FAMAS. He's just going
to...
he's going to be at $800, and it's just going to be a bit difficult for him. It's going to be a strain on his team's economy, and you pointed out correctly, he's not warmed up, and he's going to have to step up into the big boy shoes very fast. The game hangs in a balance. Money is tight for both teams. Whoever wins these crucial rounds is essentially going to be winning this game from this point onwards.
So that's true, but in the meantime, we have Ryder on the Swag 7. And this is going to be interesting. The flashbang is going to get thrown out. Not quite sure though, because there's no one really peeking towards B-long. So I think that's a waste of a flashbang. And you should not be wasting your TP at all. The smoke flow on the CT side is going to be coming in. And it's going to be quite interesting to see how it actually works out. But the CT side playing two guys towards A bomb side. And two of terrace guys as well, being on the lurk, trying to find an opening. And it is going to be Kappa being a little ambitious. But in the meantime, Pokey is just going to wait it out and try and get some sort of information for him to work with towards B bomb side. And the C4 has been dropped, so taking things really slowly, Fred over here. Alright, I think Fred might just have timed out, but in the meantime it's gonna be Tito who's gonna be waiting on top of the drop zone. Rexy is gonna get taken on Hellfire again, the headshot onto him, and the Swag 7 onto Ryder. The Molotov is gonna get thrown out as well. Stace is gonna get mollied off, and Pokey is going to be falling back. So this, I think, might just be an issue because Fed seems to have timed out, and we don't have any reviews to work with. But look at that shot! Ryder is going to destroy Pokey, and Batman is going to get taken down as well. Tito just in a 1v4. This is going to be a tough ask for him. Brits is going to get spotted. He's not going to get taken down. They're trying to go in for that one tap. Now he has given away his position. He's going to try and find the first frag. Deathmaker is going to get taken down. Hellfire is going to go down as well. Not being able to pull this off. Being overwhelmed right there. And the scoreline is going to be 13-12 in the favor of the CT side.
And like I said, the money was in such a crucial position. Like right now, Too Easy in possibly the most dreaded situation any Counter-Strike team can be in. The hard reset. They won a round and then they lost the immediate following, the next immediate round. And their money isn't great. They're going to get $1,900 for the next round. They don't have that much in the bank to actually go for the full utility buy. And look at Ritz. He's just not taking any prisoners. He means business. He's going to come out.
And Batman being taken down right there. Recall Master is actually going to go down to it. And Batman taking a lot of damage. But Too Easy, for some reason, they're not looking that strong. It's not turning out to be all that easy for them. But Rexy is going to be the last guy surviving. He's going to go down as well. And that is going to be the 14th round coming up for ATV Gaming. While Too Easy Gaming have to step it up now. This is a do or die situation. If they lose this round, they are going to lose the entire matchup. So they have to go out and get those crucial frags. Fred.
Yeah, and Kappa there, yes, he was isolated on that A bomb side for a very long time, and he held strong, survived on 14 HP, getting 3 kills. Haters are gonna say that, yeah, it's just against echoing pistols, but when 3 pistols, that 2 PU50s, are bum rushing you, well, I kind of shit myself more often than not, and, not get anything done. But Kappa held his nerve, and that's why he's a professional player, ladies and gentlemen. He holds his nerve and got the kills, did what was necessary. Now Pokey, he's in a good position, does get the spray down onto Ryder. There's just one player left on the A-bomb side. That's Kappa. Scratch that. He's in the grave. He's 6 feet under. Now Recoil Master with the Galil not taking any prisoners. Smoking off Titanic or Balcony. And look at where Rexy's playing. Just by APC. Needs to be careful. Deathmaker has snuck out. And he's going to get the kill. In the meantime, Rexy still playing towards the engine of the APC marking door. Needs to be careful. Badman gets 2 quick kills. Now it's all down to Ritz in a 1v4. And Ritz is not going to land a single shot. And Too Easy just returning the favor to ATE. They got reset. And now it's ATE's turn to feel the economic crunch. And again, Ritz. Oh, okay, wait. Just joined back. Alright, so that was like a momentary internet brain fart, I guess. And he's back. So, no harm, no foul, but it is going to be hard eco territory. Double eco, in fact, for 3 players. This is not good, Mamba. Not good at all.
This isn't great, and could it be an overtime fit? It's been quite a while since we've seen overtime, but in the meantime, it is going to be 3 Deagles to work with on the CD side and Kappa and Ritz on the CD side, having only USPS to work with. So, oh well, murdering the chicken right there. Ritz is going to peek around the corner. Deathmaker is going to get taken down to 15 points of health, and I'm assuming he would probably change up the Deagle to work with, but Ritz is going to get spotted. Will probably get taken down as well, and Recoil Master not spotting the CT right there. And Deathmaker is going to go down, missing out on the first shot. I would have rather given my Deagle to Ritz in that point. So I'm on 15 points of health, but Kappa is going to go try and go in on the backstab. Will get spotted, will get taken down, and Hellfighter playing really passive on the bomb side is going to go down as well, being utterly destroyed. And it is going to be Ryder versus Innovator. I think he might as well go in for the save and try and use that Deagle up in the next round. Might just be useful. So he's going to try and take some guns off the cherry side, and so unlucky, right? The timing was not at all in his favor. He's going to get taken down by Recoil Master, and the scoreline is going to be 14-14. It is going to get tied out. The CT side is going to go in for an eco, and they will try and push it to overtime, or maybe not. They are actually going to buy up. So this is turning out to be quite an interesting round fit.
Indeed, and the previous round, perfect anti-eco. Not a single point of damage being taken by Too Easy Gaming. That is how incisive they were. And scores are tied. Whoever wins this round, well, Too Easy still have money in the bank to go for a buy, but ATE putting everything into this round. They've bought up completely. And look at this fast play up mid. They're just YOLOing up mid. Raids playing from stables, gets one, immediately getting traded out. There is another player, Kappa, who does get spotted out, does do a lot of damage onto Badman, but they know exactly where he is. He's going to do even more damage now as they fall back, but Tito gets the kill. Man advantage to the T's, and this is looking really bad for the CTs because they have 1 FAMAS, 1 M4, and Deathmaker gets Badman with the Kobe of Dreams, but immediately answered back by Rexy. Ryder being put in his grave. And Hellfighter sneaking out of hut. Both the players sticking to each other like, well, Siamese twins. But Rexy going to be performing an instant separation surgery. And Hellfighter brings it down to a 1v1. It's all down to Tito Savage. Hellfighter, can he do it? Yes, he can. Clutches that round from the jaws of defeat. Does have a kit. Does he have the time? I think he's got it. I think he's got it. And ATE, that gamble paying huge dividends. And I can tell that every player in that team just yelled out in defiance. And, well, ATE Gaming on the precipice of victory. Too Easy Gaming do have enough money to buy into it. ATE, on the other hand, don't. So, again, 2 crucial rounds back to back for them. They have to do it all. Otherwise, well, they either win it or it's overtime.
Well, I don't even know what to say, and that was a really good round coming from AT Gaming. The mental fortitude to the max, and Ritz is going to be smoking mid while spamming through. His teammate is going to be spamming through and expecting a quick B play. The Monster is going to go out, and they actually have read it perfectly. And Hellfire is just going to be waiting around smoke, and Pokey is going to get taken on as well. The Molotov going towards Chicken Coop. Rexy will try and find the opening, but maybe not. He's going to get destroyed. And AT Gaming might just as well be able to pull this off, but Batman is going to find 2 entries. Is going to reduce it to a 2v3 situation. Now this is doable for the Terrorists, and Ritz is going to be on the backside. He's going to get taken down, being a little too ambitious. Is this going to get pushed to overtime? It is going to be Kappa and Deathmaker on the CD side, and Tito and Recoil Master on the Terrorist side. And the flashbang is going to get avoided. And oh, look at that! Deathmaker is going to get destroyed. Kappa is going to be in a 1v2. Has to pull this off to save his team from being pushed into overtime. The flashbang is going to get thrown out as well. He's going to try and go in. The Molotov coming in. Now he has to make a move. He has to make a move. Being taken down to 50 points. Felt surviving. Barely surviving, and Tito is going to get spotted. It's going to get taken down as well. Can he find the frag? No, that is not going to happen. And Recall Master is going to push it to overtime, getting the frag onto Kappa. And well, we are back to square one.
Yep, overtime it is, Mamba. Overtime it is. Sar, what are your feelings, Sar? How are you feeling?
Well, my feelings are, talking about my feelings are pretty hurt because I was supposed to be studying in about the next 15 minutes, but in the meantime, it is going to get pushed to overtime, and 2 Easy Gaming somehow Recall Master with almost 30 frags. And both the teams have been stepping up. We've been seeing individual plays, and it is pretty interesting. This is turning out to be quite a match for the spectators, isn't it?
It is indeed, and Recoil Master just you know, proving to ATE Gaming ki udhar kappa to idhar pappa. Just, you know, clutching out that crucial 1v1 to drive the game into overtime. ATE, okay, on the cusp of victory. I hope they have the mental fortitude to come back from this. But it's just been that kind of game. Momentum has swung so wildly in the extremes. There's been no team that's been able to capitalize on their run of good rounds. Ryder getting caught off guard, but I mean, both Deathmaker, Ryder and Kappa are taking a lot of damage. Rexy the only one to take any on the T side, so I'd say advantage to the T's at this point, but I like this aggression coming up towards A-Long. And Recoil Master and Badman getting forced off, you know, the aggressive angles. And I like what Kappa and Ritz did there. They got the map control, they laid down the utility and relinquished it, taking more passive angles, playing a safer game. But I'm not really sure why Kappa's gone for the FAMAS in the first on the first round of overtime. He has $10,000. Maybe he's saving for the future because the CT economy, as I've been saying, is harder to maintain. In 10K, if you lose 2 rounds on the CT side in overtime, 3rd round you're left with nothing but scraps. But that shouldn't be the attitude that you're going in with during the first round. And Deathmaker opening things up. Tito bites the dust almost immediately, and that's man advantage to the CTs, and they should not be looking to give this round up. Kappa going to take up an aggressive stance. And I guess he's going to come out with the kill. Good flashbang, and there we go. One almost gets the second.
That was going to be Rexy and Pokey in a 2v4. They have to pull this out. I know it's going to be as hard as... What a shot by Ryder. What a shot. And Ritz with the orb doing some work as well. Pokey is going to get taken down, and that is going to be the first round going in the favor of AT Gaming in the first half of the first overtime. But talking about 2 Easy, they still have a decent amount of cash to work with. 2 more rounds to go in the first half, and this is looking promising for the CD side. The way they have been playing, the way they played in the last round as well, and quite promising. And Ritz, stepping it up with the orb to work with, so it's turning out to be a fairly decent fight for both the teams, and they are putting up quite a show. And you know what happens to be a good match for the viewers is a really bad match for the casters, because at a point you just start contemplating the plays that these guys have been making. You start questioning those decisions, but the flashbang is going to be coming in. Oh, what a shot! The timing by Ryder onto Recall Master. Ritz is going to find the frag onto Rexy as well, and this is quite uncharacteristic of Ritz. You know, you don't usually see him hopping, but he's going to be connecting those shots really well. And Tito is going to be on top of the drop zone. Not quite sure what seems to be the issue for the Terror side, but they haven't really been able to play the way they play usually, even though we've seen some real good examples, you know, exemplary plays in terms of teamwork, but it's just somehow not working out for them. Reds is going to be throwing that nade, will not do a lot of damage, but will force him back, and he's going to get taken down. This is quite unfortunate. It is going to be Tito and Badman on the Terror side, and the flashbang is going to be coming in as well. The Molotov coming in from the CDs toward the staircase, not allowing them to go down. And well, alright, he's just getting mollied off again. Not quite sure why. Oh, there are 3 Molotovs in the same spot. But Ryder is just going to wait it on. Oh, look at that shot. The Deathmaker is going to get taken down. And Ryder get the first one, can get the second as well. Trying to go in for the no-scope. He's going to get taken down, being a little too ambitious, or they're feeling a little too adventurous. It is going to be Tito playing the patience game, expecting someone to come there. It is not going to happen. Kappa finally losing his patience, and he's going to move a bit. But Tito, look at that. Look at the amount of confidence he has in terms of the patience that he possesses. But, well, 15 seconds on the clock. Now he has to make a move, and Hellfire and Kappa are not falling back. They are not falling back. They do realize he doesn't have enough time to work with, and he'll have to go in towards the B-bomb set to try and plant the bomb down. Now Kappa Is going to peek around the corner. Will not get taken down. Oh, finally will get taken down. Can he find the frag? Nope, that is not going to happen. Hellfighter is going to shut him down towards the bomb side, and that is going to be the second round going in the favor of AT Gaming.
Yep, and 17 to 15. Too easy. They just about have enough money to eke out a buy, but they're going to be really light on the utility. ATE, on the other hand, have everything they could ask for. Full kitty of nades, double op, rifles across the board, kits on everybody. They're just 5 Scrooge McDucks right now, playing a round of Counter-Strike. And Too Easy will have their work cut out for them. They've just been very lackluster in this overtime ever since it started on their T side. They look like they've lost the will to fight. They're just going in like, bleh, khatam karo yaar. And again, it's a B rush and not checking the corners. Hellfighter will get that frag. The trade coming in. Good nade. Hellfighter destroying Tito. And now, although Recoil Master has made his way onto the bomb side, Deathmaker lies in wait, and Deathmaker, the harbinger of death, destruction, and, well, you get the drift, but Badman, he's got something to say about it. Gets one kill. Whoa! Kill then! Sweet, juicy, succulent one tap there for Badman, and with that Too Easy, finally do pick up one round on the T side of overtime.
This was such a brilliant shot. Badman played it to perfection, and I actually, the first time I heard about Badman coming to 2 Easy, I thought he might be a misfit, but he's proving me wrong. He's absolutely proving me wrong right now. Stepping up when his team needs him, and has 7 MVPs as well. 30 frags from 2 players on 2 Easy, and on the AT Gaming side, 30 frags by Deathmaker and Hellfighter, lingering around right behind him on 27 frags now. This, this might just not be the half of 2 Easy Gaming unless they lose out in the first round. But they are going to go in for the double up setup as well. Recoil Master and Tito Savage with the ops to work with. So it is going to be quite interesting to see how it actually works out. But in the meantime, Rexy is not going to go in for the head armor, and a good choice as well. He doesn't need the head armor. No one's going to go in for a MAC-10 or a UMP-45 in the first round of the second half in an overtime. So, well, both the teams playing things pretty passively. And Tito is going to be scoping in from Chicken Coop towards the B bomb side, towards the B long, the B plat area. I'm not a big fan of this angle because you can always be mollied out, but Rexy is going to get mollied out as well from the drop zone. He has to fall back, and the Molotov just being visible through the wall, which is quite surprising. But nonetheless, the smoke is going to go in towards B long area. Pokey is going to be waiting out towards triangle, and Rexy waiting for the flashbang to come in towards drop zone and then peek out, try and get the frag. And Pokey playing a really well, dangerous angle, I'd say. But the smoke is going to be coming in towards the walkway, and the flashbang from Pokey is not really going to blind anyone. Look at that. Tito is going to miss out on the shot. Quite uncharacteristic. He's going to be throwing in the smoke as well, trying to fall back. It can't, and he's going to get destroyed by Hellfighter. And it's going to be everything on the Pokey to try and salvage this round. The flashbang is going to go up, and that is not the most ideal. Flashbang is still going to blind one of the players, and Kappa is going to find the headshot onto him. And this is, the things are going down the drain for 2 Easy Gaming right now. And it is going to be Recoil Master just waiting, trying to spot someone if we could get the frag. And he's not going to get spotted. Deathmaker is going to be watching the drop zone. Badman coming in. I think they are still positive about the retake. It's quite surprising. They do have a little amount of resources. And the flashbang being so nice, blinding everyone towards B long and towards the walkway, while Recoil Master finds the frag. Deathmaker is going to get the trade frag. Recoil Master reducing it to a 2v1. The Molotov is going to get thrown. It's going to get spotted by Rit, and he is going to get taken on as well. One round away from victory, edging closer and closer after every single round. AT Gaming, match point and map point coming in for them. Can 2 Easy pull this off? I'm not quite sure.
I mean, last time ATE had 1 map point and 2 Easy managed to pull it back. Let's see if 2 Easy have the gumption and the have the determination to actually do it twice in a row. Given the way that they've been playing, it doesn't look likely, and the fact that Tito with the AWP completely soiled the bed there towards Chicken Coop, not getting a single frag and just dying, just giving up his life, keeling over and dying, always keeling over and falling over, just not really doing anything of worth there. Unfortunate, and they really needed their IGL to step up in that situation. And now it's just gonna be one of those things that ATE just need to pucker up and finish, because this is now their game to lose. They have 2 match and map points. They have the weapons advantage. They have all the utility under the sun to work with. there's no excuse for losing this game at this point in time. That's a really nice smoke, by the way, from Kappa to smoke off crossing.
But in the meantime, Pokey is going to be creeping up, and I'm not quite sure if Pokey is especially fond of this, but it's going to blind into eternity, being blinded for 5 straight seconds, and Recall Master is going to find the headshot onto Kappa, and 2Easy Gaming trying the best to push it to the second overtime. But look at that though, Deathmaker with the headshot onto Rexy. Pokey is going to spot him, he's going to get destroyed as well, and Deathmaker with those amazing entries. What do you have to say about that though? And the flashbang being thrown out towards the V-bomb side is going to be falling back. And look at man, you cannot miss those shots. You can absolutely not miss those shots. And Ritz opens up the A-bomb side. Now this is looking like an impossible task for 2Easy Gaming. They have to go in for this. They absolutely have to pull this off, while Ritz falls back towards mid, and it is going to be Recall Master and Tito Savage on the retake. Can they pull this off? That they do not have a kit to work with, and it's just waiting now. Tito is going to be coming in towards the truck, towards the money truck, and Recall is going to get spotted, not being able to, not being taken down though. He's going to be in a 1v3, and this is quite unfortunate the way it's actually being played out. But nonetheless, the scoreline is going to be 16-19 in the favor of AT Gaming, and well, quite a surprising result, quite a surprising overtime as well. But nonetheless, there is nothing you can do about it, and credit where it's due. AT Gaming played their hearts out, played real good Counter-Strike, 2Easy, making some exemplary plays while being on the retake. But nonetheless, it was a pleasure casting for you guys. Until the next time, it's gonna be Mamba and Fetz signing off.
Welcome back to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, brought to you by Omen, by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by Nordwind Gaming and ESL. Now, this game has been a surprise. I did not notice the 2Easy logo change.
Yep.
It's a very interesting logo. And for a change, Kanwardeep, a lot of you gamers would know Kanwardeep. He has not hollered at us saying Nova, aka Nova. Hey, this has been copied from the internet. Get them to change the logo. That's what Nova does half the time.
No, so the earlier logo was not copied anyway.
No,
so
it was not, but Nova does it. It's a habit of his.
I know, but that logo was much better than this one.
Maybe. But moving on.
This logo is like an ode to Tron, sort of, the current logo.
Okay. But sadly, not the day for 2Easy Gaming there. They lose in the overtime with 3 rounds.
It's 19-16,
yeah. 16-19 now, because 2Easy alphabetical.
Yes, but 81, so 19-16.
So 19-16, because ATE Gaming won with a score line of 19.
So at least it's safe to say, right, that ATE's best map is definitely Cobblestone. And it makes sense. It makes sense because they have Hellfighter and Deathmaker, right? They are, they're from the region that loves Cobble.
And they have Ryder.
Okay, so by the way, I should clarify, Ryder was their substitute, and we did, Mamba got a message during the stream. I'm sorry, Ritesh, that I said you were benched, but that's the information we had. It's okay. So apparently he was just enjoying a vacation. That's the only reason he wasn't in the starting lineup.
You benched a guy while he was on vacation. The amount of mental torture he must be going through.
I know, like, honestly, like, the tournament hasn't even started and he's gone on vacation.
This is how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Aditya rolls. I was away for a family trip and Vagish never showed up. Ritz is on a vacation. Ritz has been benched. This is the guy who's taking over news channels and screeching. The nation needs to know. He's the guy.
Either way, so I just want to speak a little bit about ATE, right? They definitely had a game plan going into Cobblestone. We saw a couple of fakes coming out of them as well, so that was a really good point to note. Like, they at least had the fakes, and they were good. Their CT hold was also really good. Some of their crossfires, I thought that they were playing really defensively some of the rounds at A, but the crossfires just worked out because they were just back at, like, at the back of B's at A site in the little cubby. Like, that cubby is generally Molotoved out, but 2Easy under the pressure. They did not Molotov it. Plus, their bank wasn't so good, right? So they couldn't. And it worked out for AT in that sense eventually because Too Easy definitely looked uncomfortable on this map, and I said this before as well. This veto does not look good for Too Easy, and I think that's where the mistake was made by Too Easy. I think any other map, and they could have closed it out, Too Easy would have won because they were in the lead for a very, very long time. But I like at least AT listened to me a little bit, and they showed some of that.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, they've showed some of that teamwork. They showed some of that teamwork, some of that
the accuracy,
the accuracy as well. Yeah, accuracy was definitely shown by Deathmaker. By the way, he had a great game. And just other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see AT finally putting a win on the board, and I think it was well deserved. And Hellfighter was actually their best player, but to me, Deathmaker stood out a lot more.
All right,
yep.
That's what you have to say about this game.
Yes.
Are you very sure about it?
Yes, I am, because I know why you're doing that. I can see Zera standing there. She's like, let's go with DOTA, let's go with DOTA. And you're like, let me just torture her a little more.
Tell me the MVP and we'll get done with it.
So, like I said, I'll be the MVP according to So Strong Stats is Hellfighter. But for me, the MVP is Deathmaker. 35 kills, a 4K, lots of double kills, a couple of triple kills as well, and a lot of round impact with 7 entry frags and 5 revenge frags. So, yeah. It was definitely Deathmaker for me. I think he turned the game around on its head, especially with some of those B holds, and that retake, man, that 1v3 retake was ridiculous as well.
Alrighty then. So, well, that sums up today's Counter-Strike Global Offensive game. We'll wrap this stuff up and come back with some 5v5 more, but don't you go anywhere. We'll be right about back. Welcome back to the center of all the halabaloo when it comes to esports in the country. I'm your host, Wagish, Godslayer, not God5 Bhan. And we have finally managed to reach the last game of the day today. That's Dota 2. But not before we have a shout out for our amazing sponsors, Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and the people who bring this to you. That's Norton Gaming and ESL. Now, once again, welcoming Angela. Hi.
How are you? Again,
Hi.
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing...
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to change the statement.
I
Can
met
we
you
get
like
into
2 hours
the game?
ago.
I need to introduce the teams. Please introduce the teams because they have been waiting from the past half.
Okay, fine, we'll do it. Fine.
Alright.
Here I was trying to
Super
get
quick.
some banter. Fine, we'll do it. We have an Akatsuki versus Buriza match happening today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a bomb of a game. So let's quickly let us know. Let's quickly know about the teams.
Yeah.
Akatsuki, first of all. Alright, that's Team Akatsuki from Nepal for you guys. One of the international teams that's appearing in the ESL Premiership. We saw them last year too.
Yes. And this team, as of now, sits 6th on the leaderboard. They've taken a win against Alpha Esports, but faced losses against Reckoning, Infinity, and Signify. Of course, I'm planning to see them on the LAN finale. They've been performing exceedingly well. They moved from the draft of being sticking 5 together to let's get more versatile. Axel and Itachi being one of my 2 favorite roamers in the ESL India Premiership. Looking to see whether they'll continue to keep up the same performance.
Alrighty then move on. Let's move on to the second team, Team Buriza. Alright, Team Buriza there, ladies and gentlemen.
I like how the captain looks really happy on screen. He's got his all teeth smiley face.
Yeah, unlike all the other CS teams who are like...
Yeah. I think the Dota teams are more on the happier side. They
No,
come in with
I don't think people have seen Crowley.
Oh yeah, he's anyway, but
or no chance.
Or no chance. No chance has just always been the silent brat. So
yeah, I mean, no chance is like a perfect like Batman-esque person, like no expression on his face.
He's recently started playing Fortnite. I hope he doesn't destroy his career in Dota 2 playing Fortnite because that game is pretty addictive. But talking about Team Buriza in general, this team as of now sits 10th on the leaderboard. They have won their games against Reckoning Infinity but have faced losses against Reckoning Esports and Signify. Now Team Buriza being 10th on the leaderboard, a little worrisome for them. They got to make sure that they start playing more games and get that ladder climb going for themselves. But talking about this team, I know they like to play the Doom a lot, the Sand King a lot. Most of the games they also like to pick up the puck.
I'm very sure I'm going to see a Sand King today in today's game because a Lich and an Elder Titan and a Pit Lord has been banned. Lich and Underlord by Akatsuki.
Yeah.
And
they don't like
Elder Titan.
Don't like playing against the Elder Titan. I've seen them ban it in almost most of their games.
Elder Titan in team fights is so good.
He's chaotic. He's chaotic.
So good. And then we see a Pandaren Brewmaster.
Very interesting bans coming out from both of these teams. I mean, the Lich not really being banned out
I haven't
much
seen a
in
Lich
ESL.
in the ESL. Have you? Like
No,
not
I
in the
haven't.
streamed matches.
I haven't. Actually, I haven't. So
Like
I'm
not
really
in the streamed
surprised with that
matches.
because they
Monkey
have
game
left the
getting
OD out.
Yeah, I mean,
as a ban.
when Signify was playing that day, we saw an IO.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first time I saw an IO in this edition. I mean, I've not seen a Lich so far.
Actually, as
have we
of
seen a
now,
Pandaren
in the
Brewmaster?
ESL,
We have not seen a
have,
Brewmaster also.
True. I think in the ESL India Premiership, we've seen only about 35 heroes on a max until
Yeah, out of the entire roster.
Out of the entire roster, definitely.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Sand King being one of the favorite pickups in the new meta gets a pick
These are
over
staple
there.
picks coming, Angie. All these are staple picks.
Yeah.
They're tried and tested picks. We see a Monkey King getting banned and a Sand King getting picked, whereas a Tusk and a Banshee getting picked up by Team Buriza, whereas they have also managed to ban an Omni Knight. Very interesting. And now, like Angie, I'd like to draw attention.
Yeah.
Don't, like after a point of time, don't you think it gets like you have
a little monotonous?
A little what?
A little monotonous. The
Yeah,
same
I mean,
picks?
it's the same heroes. Like, I don't see any change.
Yeah, but then it also comes down to what is really fitting in the present meta and what would actually. The thing is that if you
True.
pick heroes that don't fit in the meta, the risk is that your opponents will pick heroes that will definitely counter them, and that is why most of the teams like to really just follow a standard meta that they've all the time been practicing in their pubs. They watch the professional players internationally play them a lot, and they like to work strategies around that. But Akatsuki picking up that Witch Doctor, I really like that pick from their end. Looks like even they could opt to go for a Night Stalker and
Yeah,
send the Sand King
I'm
in there.
really expecting Night Stalker coming in. In fact, now I see a Tusk and a Banshee coming
Yeah.
that side. I'm pretty sure I was okay.
I
was
think
going
they're
to
getting
say,
a ban
I was
there.
going to say Lycan, and the Akatsuki banned Lycan.
I could see Team Buriza even decide to pick up a Troll Warlord. They have played that hero before, and it seems to work very well in their favor. They also like to play the Spectre a lot. So if they want to really take this game about 30 minutes, they're very confident with their late game strategy, then Team Buriza will opt to go for a late game carry, would either be the Troll or the Spectre. But for now, going to take times with those bans. So Shadow Shaman gets a ban there from Team Akatsuki. They're a little worried about that. But Team Buriza opting to mostly go for the Disruptor with the Tusker or even the Earth Spirit. We have seen good gangs coming in
I'm
there
very
with the
sure
Tusker and
Buriza is
the
going to
Earth
pick
Spirit.
up a Disruptor. Sorry for that.
And a Pang gets picked up
Okay.
over there. A very
That's a first.
interesting pickup coming in there from Team Buriza. If that's going to be an off-lane Pang against the very tiring 3-lane push by Akatsuki. Now Akatsuki going to take some time with this pickup. They could still go for the Disruptor if they are opting to keep the Sand King in the off-lane. But for now, we're going to give it some time and see what they have in mind. I haven't seen Team Buriza play a lot of games as of now in the ESL India Premiership. Also, they're having a real tough run. So I'm hoping to see them buck up their lineup, maybe get more aggressive and not really keep aiming on their carry to carry them all the way after 30 minutes. But as I speak about that, the silencer still being in the pool. Razor, Gyro, NS, as you see, the Gyro gets picked up over there from Akatsuki. Fares well with the Witch Doctor and the Sand King Ultimate. Could be a mid-game ending by Akatsuki, but again, these both teams, as far as I've seen their gameplay, they like to take the game after 30 minutes. If you're going to see a long Dota 2 game coming in from these two, which also means you would have to sit in the studio for quite a long time.
It's okay. I mean, it's Dota 2. Can't help it. Can't complain about it.
Alright, so for now, Tiny is still in the pool. Razor for the mid lane, still available if Akatsuki choose to pick that hero. They could also opt to go and pick up, I think has been banned out. The Juggernaut gets picked up over there by Team Buriza. I like that pickup. That would also mean that they got to still pick up their 5th role support. It would have to be a stunner because as of now, Buriza is lacking a lot of stun from their end. I mean, they do have the Tusk and the Pang, yes, agreed. But still, they got to have somebody to pull back. And with I think the Disruptor would fit for them ideally, but they could also opt to pick up another support now. In that range of heroes, we're going to wait for Buriza's pick and wait for Akatsuki to pick theirs. They are lacking a tank. Now, Akatsuki, if they want to take this for 30 minutes, they got to make sure that their mid lane, whoever comes there, is very strong against the Death Prophet. They could opt to go for the Viper in my option because he's the most safe bet, but they also like to play the Templar Assassin quite a bit.
Razor.
Yeah, the Razor. I mean, the Razor is one of their favorite picks. But it also makes me question whether they want to send Axel on the Phoenix in the offlane. Because last time they played that, it worked for them. But they're opting to go for the Tiny. So that would either mean that they're sending the Tiny as a carry in the safe lane or they're going to send him in the mid. Gyro fares better for Akatsuki in the mid lane. They always have the gangs flowing in from the other side. But if you look at the bans, Puck getting banned, I still don't understand why people ban the Puck so much. I mean, it's not really picked up.
Not that anybody's picking it.
Yeah.
Not that anybody's picking it. Why would you ban Puck? Like, it's as if you ran out of choices, dude.
Or maybe it's just like you don't want to take that risk of the dream coil.
Yeah, that is always a looming disaster on the horizon there.
But they're going to take some time with this one. If they plan on keeping the Sand King as their support, they could even opt to go for a Sladar in their offlane or even a Centaur, as a matter of fact, because the Centaur is very good to gank with. I like Akatsuki's draft as of now better than Buriza's because they've got a lot of lockdown coming in from their side and also a lot of early game push, because even if they need to do a 4+1 strategy, which is leaving the Gyro to farm while the rest of the team ganks, I think the Tiny, Sand King and Witch Doctor together could be chaotic. Nice ban coming in there from Akatsuki. The Jakiro is out of the pool for now, and that also means no long range stuns unless they opt to pick up the Earth Shaker.
reminds me, we haven't also seen a Venomancer.
We have not seen the Venomancer in a while, and he's been quite a pain actually in this update. It's a good mention that you've given over there.
Yeah, I mean, a Venomancer would have been also a good ban or a pick coming in from either team, because nobody expects a Veno coming in randomly.
That's
out the
true.
blue.
That's true.
And plus a Veno support always like is good.
That's true. I have to agree with you on that one. I mean, Veno is pretty devastating even in the early stages of the game. Even if you send him off lane, his serpent
And that venomous gale like just appear everywhere and just kill everybody.
And his
Slow
talent
death.
at a certain point gives you 2 Veno wards at one given point of time, and that means you are basically just giving out so much damage, and it doesn't really stop. But Akatsuki finishing up their lineup with that Queen of Pain, expected pickup coming in from them, lots of bursts, but this also means that Buriza could opt to go for the silencer, and that kind of just completely wrecks Akatsuki's draft to a point if played really well. But Buriza still looking on their end to get that final, I don't know, a stunner. I need to see a stunner, at least somebody to start the fight with. I mean, I know Tusker is brilliant, but are you going to stick to him to kind of start the fight for you? Because it's not really going to work.
So.
Crystal Maiden, I would still even think a Crystal Maiden could work in this draft. My bets are on Disruptor though.
They could still go for a Viper.
I mean, they just need a 5th role. As of now, I think Buriza is I'm looking at their draft, and I'm like, the Tusk is definitely going to go 4th role because he really needs to roam. And that means that it's going to be a disruptor coming in there from Team Buriza. I love the picks. I mean, both the teams have versatile picks over here. They could be roaming around
quite
a lot
a good range of heroes there.
True that. And they've got, I think Buriza has got a very good 5v5 draft, but Akatsuki has got more of the, even if we gank in the early stages of the game, we're going to get that net worth going up really fast, and that means that we could take this game in the later phase much more easily. Also, Gyro fits in beautifully for a very late game if they plan to go for a Divine Rapier or something like that.
All right,
but,
all right. But what else do you make of this game, Angie? Tell me more.
I would say that Team Buriza's picks are all their strengths. They've all picked up heroes that they are very confident with as a team. But Akatsuki picking up the Queen of Pain, I have not really seen them play the Queen of Pain that much. It's not really been in their registered previous games that they have
Queen
played.
of Pain seems more like a Signify pick, more or less. It just happens to be like
I think we've only seen them played on Signify.
I'm sad. I think I don't know, man. I've seen enough of Disruptor. I've seen enough of that goddamn electric vortex field and God knows what. I really desperately, I don't know why I'm stuck onto a Venomancer today.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to give props to Disruptor being picked up over a Crystal Maiden, because she has really been nerfed. And most of the heroes, they have not been picked up in the ESL India Premiership. Reason being is they've got really massive nerfs on them. I would have loved to see a Batrider. He's been completely, not been picked up. But with this game of lineup, I think I would put my bets on Akatsuki for now. I think they've got a better lineup for the early game. Also, the late game, the Gyro is available. Who do you want to bet on?
Buriza.
All right, because they are from Telly.
No, because they got Juggernaut.
Because they got Juggernaut. All
That's the only hero I have, like at least some good sets for.
Yeah.
So well, that's what we have for you guys from the analyst desk. We will hand it over to my main man in Dota, Vivek. We wake Venkatraman.
Hello folks and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. This is the summer season phase 1. We've got Akatsuki from Nepal facing opposite Team Buriza from India, and more specifically from Mumbai. I think with the exception of Helm, they're all pretty much from Mumbai. I'm pretty certain this is going to be a really action-packed game. Take a look at Akatsuki. They've got not any real potential to scale into the late game, with the exception of that gyrocopter picking up something like a Divine Rapier. They've got a bunch of stuns, they want to fight, they want a lineup that's easy to execute, and I like all this lockdown that they have. If they do manage to catch that Pangolier, and yes, indeed, this is a Pangolier game. If they do manage to catch that Pangolier, burst them down, with all that magic damage, the shield crash, and even that rolling thunder will probably not come through. But yeah, there are issues with the Akatsuki lineup, and like I mentioned, one of them is going Roshan. I don't see how they make contesting going Rosh any easier. There's nothing that they can itemize for. I'm not sure anybody is going to be building a medallion on their side. They have issues. But what they've got working in their favor is strong team fight and a lot of mid-game team fight. However, I believe that Team Buriza have the perfect hero for just that situation, and it's going to be Saurabh on that Juggernaut. That Blade Fury and the spell immunity coming from it will make sure that he stays alive for the duration of the fight. You've also got nothing that cancels a Blade Fury TP on the side of Akatsuki. So there are holes in that draft. There used to be a point where toss used to pierce spell immunity. Like you could toss back a lifestealer that had rage enabled, or you could even toss a Juggernaut while he was trying to spin TP, but that doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't pierce spell immunity, and this Juggernaut, he's gonna have a fun time split pushing the side lanes and whatnot. And yeah, that's pretty much that all Team Buriza have to do. Just buy time, wait for Saurabh to become that unstoppable force, and probably start grouping up and pressuring these objectives. It's going to be an off-lane Tiny, but it's not going to be a fun time for him in the off-lane. Helm did have the glimpse on that Disruptor. Could have pulled back the Tiny, but didn't want to try even. Bangalier's getting his EXP, and that's what matters. Darshan, once he hits 6, once he has that Rolling Thunder, he's going to be a real presence in these team fights. Probably might be building into something like the Arcane Boots. Maybe a bottle if need be. He's already queued up the Arcane Boots in his quick buy, so that's going to allow him to keep spamming both the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crash and keep clearing the creep waves. Saurabh looking good in terms of farm as well. He's done a lot better in the last hit department as compared to the Gyrocopter. And yeah, the mid lane seems to be that the Death Prophet is coming out on top versus the Queen of Pain. Significant difference in last hits and a bigger difference as far as denies are concerned. Micro looking solid in that mid lane. Yeah, good start for Team Buriza, all things considered. Itachi Uchiha, he's gonna end up surviving. Disruptor not having mana for the glimpse was on cooldown as well. In Akatsuki, I mean, the pressure's on them. They want to have this explosive mid game. They want to keep finding kills, and they're going to try and bring down Darshan. Darshan goes in with the Shield Crash, the Maledict upon him. There's one final tick coming through, and yeah, Sal keeps him alive. Maledict does do more damage for every point of health that's missing, and Darshan was wise to use the Salvin. Just keep himself healthy in that situation. Butter does bump into Itachi Uchiha, but the problem is the Sand King can always just Burrow Strike over the shards. So he's going to be okay. But look at this. Akatsuki, they're moving mid. They've recognized that the mid lane isn't the most fun place for Madara, and they're going to try and set up here. Micro toss back, the Avalanche will connect. The Burrow Strike is there as well, but he's got a Split Siphon on to do, and he's got the Fairy Fire. Madara commits the blink, and Madara does end up securing first blood for himself. Unconventional rotation coming up from Akatsuki, but just perfect. They aren't getting too much out of the off lane. Both Tiny and Sand King move mid. They've also got the 5-minute shrine that's going to help Madara. Should he choose to join the Tiny and the Sand King. But he seems to be okay. We haven't seen too much of Buriza, except their first game versus Signify. And I'm curious to see what the side can accomplish. We haven't seen too many strictly Mumbai-based DOTA organizations. There was a time when nearly every cafe in Bombay had a team that would put up quite a good showing. Now, Not so. Down got him though. Now Chiuche's got to be careful. The Blade Fury will bring him down. Helm trying to run. Doesn't have a stick or a one. Toss forward coming out from Axel, but it's not enough damage. Axel pops his one charges, hopes to stay alive, but the Blade Fury, or rather the Blade Dance, slicing through him as Axel ends up falling, and Saurabh gets himself a double kill. Akatsuki just forcing the issue a bit too much, but they might find Butter. They've got the cast, they've got the Maledict, and Butter doesn't have the snowball. He's being chased to a shrine, might consider popping it. And yeah, he gets the mana for the snowball. And he's going to be okay. Akatsuki still chasing Butter, dropping the sigil. Itachi Uchiha does have the Butter strike, but doesn't have enough damage. But look at this, Buriza already applying pressure down mid. Micro hitting 6, dropping the exorcism. I'm not really sure what Madara was up to, that he let Micro push the lane so heavily. Anyway, Akatsuki looks like they're trying to rectify this. You got Itachi Uchiha lurking in the mid lane along with CSL. They're moving down. Maledict they got the Sonic Wave as well. I'm not sure if that was a Maledict into a Sonic Wave or the other way around, but Akatsuki got what they came for. They found the Dead Prophet. They might sacrifice the Witch Doctor. Helm with the glimpse pulls back CSL. And CSL caught in that kinetic field will end up falling. It is the trade, but the Dead Prophet has died twice in mid. However, if I was Team Buriza, I wouldn't be too bothered. 10-minute mark, second siege creep spawns. Try and make a play with the exorcism. Find this tier 1 tower. That's all they've got to do. Team Buriza, they've also been somewhat stellar on the vision game. They've got this one ward looking over mid. They've got another ward looking towards the Ancients. And scouting rotations coming up from the Dire Shrine. So they've tried to secure Micro as much as possible in the mid lane. Unfortunately, Micro keeps getting ganked from further southeast and doesn't have any vision on that part of the map. Helm has the glimpse. Axel could have thrown out the E avalanche, but felt he wouldn't have gotten the kill either way. How's Darshan looking in the Arcane? He's hit 6, he's got the Arcane boots, and I think this is a best case scenario that you could hope for if you're a Pangolier. 6 Arcane boots. You're definitely going to get points in the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crash. But the Rolling Thunder though, continuously being cancelled here by Akatsuki. Darshan looking to get it off. Will roll forward. Does control Dreamy a fair bit. Bounces left and right, giving Akatsuki what the taste. I mean, what real destruction looks like. And Darshan even pops the salad. Chasing for more. The shards will block up the Witch Doctor. Doesn't have a point in the Heart Piercer, but here comes Madara. Sonic Wave, and with the Maledict, they'll bring down Darshan. Akatsuki. They're going to capitalize on that little bit of overextension coming up from Darshan there. As both him and Butter probably ended up diving up too much for just a Witch Doctor. Madara looking to build towards his power threads. But if you switch over to individual hero net worth, that's where the problem is for Akatsuki. The Queen of Pain, she's lagging behind in terms of net worth compared to the Dead Prophet, the Juggernaut, just leapfrogging all the cores on the map. And Team Buriza, they're starting to group up for a push. Micro did a good job. He punished Madara's rotation up top, took that tier 1 without committing the exorcism, and now Micro is going to push for another tier 1 tower. The problem is Akatsuki, they're not finding a trade, and they might end up losing a hero as well. See yourself, blocked off by the shots, will end up falling. Team Buriza on the hunt for more. Micro doesn't have the silence. Madara will blink away. Madara, without the Sonic Wave, is relying on his fellow teammates to get the damage going. Here comes Itachi Uchiha, does have the Bar Strike. He's not going to chase. Up top though, Darshan. He's looking for Dreamy. Dreamy trying to reach his shrine. His face boost coming off cooldown. It's going to be okay. 10 minutes in, a slight net worth advantage in favor of Team Buriza. But it's very clear what their intentions are. They've got this deep ward in Akatsuki's jungle. They're looking past the safe lane tower of Akatsuki. And they want to start pushing for this. Gyrocopter already pushed out of the lane, but down bottom, Axel with the toss, getting things started. Butter is there with the shots. The rolling boulder comes through, cancels the TP, and Darshan might chase for more. Bounces around with the shield crash, has the swashbuckle, but Axel just tosses back Darshan. The sigil though is giving vision, and Itachi Uchiha throws his body forward, gets the butter strike, and gets Butter on the task. Team Buriza, I mean, everything's not going as per plan. They're getting a bit sloppy here and there. Gonna be a bit disappointed that they gave away a kill like that down bottom. That was the Omni Slash committed as well by the Juggernaut. And Team Buriza didn't quite find anything out of that engagement. BKBs are actually going to be somewhat crucial here for Team Buriza. I mean, if you have the Dead Prophet, the Hood is okay. She's going to need a Yule Scepter. She's going to need an Aeon Disc. I don't know if there's enough of a case this game to just skip the Aeon Disc and possibly go for a BKB directly. But Buriza will need all the help they can. As they jump forward, they look for Akatsuki. The Maledict coming through. They found Dreamy with that Blade Fury and see herself. Will manage to run away. Dreamy on that Gyrocopter, 12 minutes in. Didn't get too much from his lane. He hasn't made any impactful rotations just yet. I think he's been using the call down to farm. I see the call down on cooldown. And Team Buriza, they're just going to start brute forcing for this tier 1 tower up top. Down bottom, Axel trying to bring down Helm J. The shield crash interrupted midway, and Darshan's got to be careful. Itachi Uchiha with the power strike finds a kill onto the enemy Bangle here, and Team Buriza, they're pleading slightly unnecessary kills here. That shouldn't be happening. Butter diving into Akatsuki Shrine. This time it's active, and Dreamy with the rocket barrage looks to punish them. They bring down the task, but Saurabh's here as the Blade Fury looks to bring down the Gyrocopter, and he'll find that kill as well. Micro just running forward. The physical damage from the ghosts a bit too much as the Crypt Storm brings down the Witch Doctor. But here is Akatsuki, the Sand King, the Tiny, and the Co-op team up, bring down the Dead Prophet. And Team Buriza still looking for a fight. Saurabh does have the Omni Slash, but he'll start off with the Blade Fury. He wants the Sand King, and with the Swashbuckle, he'll get it. Rolling Boulder coming through. Darshan looking to bounce around. Finds Axel, does control him. Controls him once more. The RNG not always on his side. Darshan needs to be careful. The shard's not on point, but Saurabh with the Omni Slash finds the Witch Doctor. He's chasing for the Tiny, and he's going to get that as well. A triple kill on this Juggernaut. Saurabh, wicked sick, just 13 minutes in. He's already gone for that Yasha. And that's definitely been helping him out in these team fights. Micro is going to move bot, push out the bottom lane. And Akatsuki, they're going to have a choice. The choice is between defending the tier 1 tower up top, or probably trying to defend the tier 1 tower bottom. For now though, they're looking to farm. They're going to give up the tier 1 tower up top. They're committing their TPs bottom actually. So I think Akatsuki are looking to find a trade here. They're looking to find the enemy tier 1. Saurabh knocking down on this tier 1 tower. I think Team Buriza can come back to defend this tier 1 tower. And if Akatsuki do end up losing this, yeah, if they do end up losing this team fight, they could lose a tier 1 and possibly a tier 2. See yourself and Itachi Uchiha on the run. The shots block off Dreamy. Quick Shadow Amulet, keep him alive, but the Static Storm is there, controlling the Gyrocopter. They got the Snowball coming through, going on to the Tiny, but there's the Rolling Boulder as well. Dreamy dropping low, drops the call down, but ends up falling as well. Axel, controlled by that Spirit Siphon, will end up falling. Darshan with the Swashbuckle, doing the heavy lifting there, but Akatsuki, it seems as if both the Tiny and the Gyrocopter didn't get the memo, as Itachi Uchiha, See Yourself, and the Queen of Pain just disengaged from that fight bottom. And now Team Buriza, they could possibly look for tier 2 towers here. Itachi Uchiha just cutting the creep wave as much as possible. Does I mean, he does want to get that blink badly, but this is only going to push him back further. He's sitting on a lot of unreliable gold. And he's going to give away 200 for that death on him. Darshan already has that javelin. Picks up his second one as well. Team Buriza got a slight net worth advantage. I'd really like to see them drop some aggressive odds and keep the momentum going. Helm, he's got only one observer what to call out for. But Team Buriza, they're going to smoke. I think this Radiant Observer still providing them a fair bit of information. And they know that Akatsuki, they're trying to catch up. Snowball in one direction, glimpse in the other. But either way, see yourself, he's not getting out of this alive. Darshan, with the shield crash, finds the kill. Akatsuki, I mean, I think when the game is so fast-paced, you've got to be finding trades. You lose the Witch Doctor, but you see the Juggernaut alone, and there's nothing that Akatsuki can do to punish this. Saurabh is just pushing out the lane all by himself. And Akatsuki, they're in no state to fight back really. Maybe once they get the Shadow Blade on the Tiny, they'll possibly go hunting for pickoffs. Hitachi Uchiha walks into the lane, finds 300 points of health just missing. Down bottom, Saurabh turning things around, finds See Yourself. And Team Buriza, the kills to just keep coming. 16 is to 9. 4,000 net worth advantage. And they're looking in a really commanding position right now. I think Akatsuki, they've got to get this Shadow Blade as quickly as possible. Sand King gets his blink as well. It's only a 3,000 net worth advantage. I can very easily see Akatsuki turn around the next engagement or so. All they've got to do is jump and control that Juggernaut. There's already a bounty on his head waiting to be taken away. And I'm expecting Akatsuki to pop a smoke as soon as they get these mobility items. The Shadow Blade on the Tiny and the blink on the Sand King. Sand King nearly has the money for it. 30 gold shot. Axel's gonna get his Shadow Blade in a bit as well. If you Team Buriza, you'd probably... Okay. So they are gonna smoke. It's the Dead Prophet, the Tusk and the Disruptor. Butter leading the charge from the front. Akatsuki, their vision primarily around the Radiant safe lane tower. And Team Buriza, they move through the enemy jungle. They've got this one observer ward. They aren't committing it. But by now they should know what Akatsuki are up to. Madara will show himself in the mid lane, and Butter starts with the wall response. Strikes them on the floor. But what? What was that glimpse? Why? Why him? Why?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What? I don't know. I don't know what that was, but Akatsuki, they're looking to capitalize on this. The epicenter and the power strike coming through. Micro copying a fair amount of damage. Quick heal scepter buys in time. Darshan bouncing around in the shots with the snowball. Taking Darshan within him. Butter moves forward. Rolling Thunder still doing a bit of work. The swashbuckle. Bringing Axel low, but the power strike is there. Quick scream coming out. Micro's got it on. The call down is there with the flak cannon. They'll bring down the Death Prophet. Butter teaming up with Darshan finds the Queen of Pain, but Dreamy, he's in a world of hurt. The power strike, the will buy time. Dreamy could possibly looks to turn things around here, but Darshan with the swashbuckle finds himself a double. Team Buriza somehow holding on there. It did cost them, and it would have been a lot easier if they didn't glimpse the Queen of Pain, but okay, they win the fight, and they'll probably secure a tier 2 tower on the back of this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not if CSF can punish Saurabh. Fortunately though, Saurabh's got the Blade Fury. So yeah, he needed the cask and the Dead Bot to find that kill.
haste.
Team Buriza
Got it.
probably looking to group up and move once more. Up top though, Itachi Uchiha splits up from his cores in. It's gonna end up falling. The split siphon is there, they've got the Walrus Punch. Itachi Uchiha looks to survive with the Power Strike, but Micro with the Cryptstorm finds the kill. Madara going for that Ag Scepter, which I don't mind honestly. I mean, the reduced cooldown, the increased damage, most of it being pure, could help burst down heroes like the Juggernaut and the Dead Prophet, and the reduced cooldown is what's really important. The pace at which this game is going, if he gets his Ag Scepter in the next couple of minutes, is could really make the difference that Akatsuki are looking for in these team fights. Team Buriza got the Yule Scepter complete on Micro. Darshan just stacking up those javelins, and he might get picked off here. Axel with the avatars. The Maledict is there, not even needed. The good thing is Pangolier does do a lot of damage with the swashbuckle and those javelins. The bad thing is he has nothing to help him survive, and I mean, if he's not bouncing around in that rolling thunder, it's going to get pushed down quickly. Butter just claiming a tier 2 tower casually in mid. No response at all from Akatsuki, and Juggernaut in the pit. I think this Akatsuki have scouted out. I'm not sure if they know this, but by now the jig should be up. There's smoke dispels. Micro trying to walk into the pit himself. The Maledict is there. The caster follow Epicenter as well. They burst down the Dead Prophet. Saurabh, he's got the ages. And Akatsuki, they're picking and choosing their fights smartly here. They commit everything. They burst down the Dead Prophet. And this is gonna delay Team Buriza from grouping up. And with the Dead Prophet down, Akatsuki will try and sneak in the tier 1 tower. Problem is, it seems as if Team Buriza wants to fight this, and Akatsuki, they wouldn't want to give away any unnecessary kills at this stage.
Precious bounty.
Remy, he's starting to catch up. He's got the Sanjay Yasha. And yeah, Akatsuki
I'll take your tribute.
really looking to cut their losses here. Juggernaut, he's picked up a Blink Dagger as well. He probably just jump someone like the Gyrocopter and burst him down. Saurabh has insane amounts of farm. 23 minutes in, there's no one on either side that's even close to his net worth. And I think he's done his role just right. Just kept the farm going, picked up huge items, and he's proving to be the real difference maker for Team Buriza in these fights. And yeah, he can just go up, pop the Blade Fury, chip away on the tier 3s if need be. And it seems as if Team Buriza want to do just that. Micro has got the Exorcism. Saurabh, respecting that homing missile, will blink away, and now Akatsuki. As long as they clear out the creeps, there's no way Team Buriza pound away on the tier 3 tower. I say that, but Saurabh just walks up. Yeah, Saurabh just working on that tier 3 Axel with the Thunderstrike upon him. Team Buriza, they do have vision of the Tiny. The silence is there, the Split Siphon as well. The Cask being dodged there. Team Buriza trying to open up Akatsuki's high ground there. And they're going to commit the Exorcism. I'm going to drop down buyback status, and I hope production can do the same. Because if Akatsuki are fighting without buybacks, this could be horrible. The Rolling Boulder sets up for a stack stop. The Omni Slash is there. They burst down the Tiny. The Quarp will fall as well. The Epicenter comes through, but Saurabh doesn't care. He's moving forward, standing in the call down, pounding away on the Gyrocopter for the Power Strike. Along with the buyback from Madara will be enough to bring down the Juggernaut. Hell, toss back will end up falling. They've dealt with the disruptor, but they're losing heroes as the Crypt Storm gets Micro a double kill. Quick snowball coming out, buyback from the Witch Doctor as well. Team Buriza in the enemy base, dropping low. 2-man Pyro. Madara needs to scream, but he is silenced, and Butter moves forward with the wall sponge, hopes to bring down the Queen of Pain, and that's a dieback. A dieback on Madara as Micro still alive, looking to disengage, has got to be careful. Darshan with the swashbuckle, dropping Akatsuki low, and Micro actually turns it around, gets himself for the Ultra, and ends up taking to the Maledict. Another bottle strike coming out from Itachi Uchiha, buyback from the Gyrocopter. They've won this Juggernaut, and without the Blade Fury, Sora might fall, but Darshan with the swashbuckle gets himself the Witch Doctor, but falls to the flak cannon along with Sora and Akatsuki. They've held on. It's been goddamn costly. A buyback. I think there was a dieback on the Queen of Pain. A buyback. I think there's something wrong with this fight recap. I'm pretty certain that was a dieback on the Queen of Pain. Or did Madara buy out? Okay, so he spent his gold. I thought I saw him buy back. But yeah, it was a buyback on the Gyrocopter. I think the Sand King or the Tiny, either one of them bought back as well. There were multiple buybacks on the side of Akatsuki and Team Buriza. They've got themselves a lead. They've taken the tier 3 tower. But Akatsuki still have a fight in them. Darshan doing a lot of work with those javelins. He's got to build something to ensure that he ends up lasting a lot longer in these fights. A couple of these stunts just coming up from Akatsuki, and that Pangolier is done for. I'm thinking it's too late for something like a Hood. He probably builds an Aeon Disc just so that he doesn't get burst down. He's got the Blink Dagger already. And Akatsuki, smoke up. Wanna pick off before Team Buriza regroup with the Juggernaut, but Saurabh's respawn. See yourself in the trees. He's got to be careful as Akatsuki. They could be caught with their pants down. Saurabh doesn't give a damn. Goes forward, and the glimpse is there. They've got Axel. They'll bring down the tiny Axel. No way for him to get out of this. Darshan already chasing forward for more. Don't think he's going to find anyone. Micro is there. They've got See Yourself. I mean, rather, they've got Itachi Uchiha. And Darshan blinks forward. Silence to control the Sand King in that sandstorm. And Darshan can't really get the bash to proc. Tiny down for 28 seconds. Team Buriza. They could just push out the wave mid, commit the exorcism, and go for the top racks. And it seems as if Micro is doing just that. With the backdoor protection disabled, Micro can start to work on the melee barracks. Akatsuki, I think they're missing the glyph as well. The range barracks do end up falling. And look at this. Saurabh doesn't even want to hit the buildings. All he wants to do is jump a hero and bring him down. And Akatsuki, they're going to be patient. They'll wait for the Tiny to respawn. I guess that was the best decision they could have made under that circumstance. Because if they took a fight that is 4 and they ended up dying, and dying without buyback, things could probably get a lot more hairy for them. Team Buriza, they've got the BKB on the Dead Prophet as well. So Micro will not be falling anytime soon. And this is when the Gyrocopter's got to build up on the physical damage. For now, he's being chased and hounded by Pangolier, but Dreamy still too fast, abusing the turn rate on the rolling boulder. But there's the snowball. Shards, Walrus Punch. Dreamy pops his BKB, but with the Omni Slash he'll fall. Sonic Wave and Deadpool, they'll bring down the Disruptor. Epicenter being channeled, but the Blade Fury is there. Itachi Uchiha looking to do some damage, won't do too much, but it's Darshan with the Swashbuckle, doing damage by the heaps. They're still looking to avenge Helm. They'll find the Tiny and bring him down. See yourself on the high ground. Spin Siphon slowing him down. Saurabh is here, has the damage, gets the crit. And the Witch Doctor, he's going to end up falling. Akatsuki fought outside the high ground and they got punished for it. They're going to lose Madara as well. Madara still searching for that Axe Scepter. And he's not going to end up completing it. Team Buriza knocking on high ground. Akatsuki will tap out. I want to say it was a bunch of things, but I also want to say that Akatsuki kinda... I mean, I think they've got to have some late game, right? And not drafting to control the Juggernaut was a complete oversight on their part. And they ended up getting punished for it. Nothing to pierce spell immunity, nothing to control that Juggernaut if he gets that Blade Fury going. And Team Buriza abusing that to the fullest, coming out on top here. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as our Dota 2 broadcast is concerned for the day. My name is Vivek. You can give me feedback, like me, hate me, love me at facebook.com/VWWAK casting. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to throw it over to our panel, Angela and Vagish. I'm waiting to hear your take on this one.
Welcome everybody once again to the analyst desk here at the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by Northern Gaming and the ESL. Buriza won this.
Yes.
Let this be known.
Props
that
to
Vagya gave a prediction, which was
that.
right.
I mean, they just played really well. I
Yeah.
think this is the first time I've seen Buriza be completely objective Doto, like I call it. They took the dead profit and they used her beautifully. Starting from the beginning of the game, I mean, they went one tower after the other. They saw to it. They first took the tier 1s. They headed forward. They took the tier 2s. Now, talking about Akatsuki on the other end, they had good picks. It was not like they didn't. Picking up the Tiny, picking up the Witch Doctor and the Sand King together, beautiful combination. But I always like to talk about this thing called spike points. So basically, a Tiny is really, really good after he gets the Shadow Blade. But if you try to take fights before he gets the first basic item, it always causes a little bit of havoc, because, you know, if you don't get the fight right, your Tiny is going to die and he's going to fall really bad on net worth. Even if you talk about a Sand King is at his spike point when he gets a Blink Dagger. But if he's going to die 2-3 times before that, his Blink is going to get delayed, and then the spike of the dagger is completely useless. It was not like Akatsuki didn't try to defend. I think they tried to defend pretty well, but they had very mixed fights. I never really saw Akatsuki take a fight to Buriza. It was always Buriza coming in, making that first play, and then, you know, Akatsuki just trying to figure out how to do damage control, and that kind of caused them to lose a lot. Saurabh on the other end, hats off to you. I think we considered the MVP of this game. Early game till about 15 minutes, he was just doing what carries do, just get that farm running and going. But mid game, he was in almost every fight that Team Buriza kind of took. And another small mistake, I don't even know what to call this a mistake. Madra playing the Queen of Pain. Now, he normally plays carry for Akatsuki, but Dreamy went on the carry role and Madra kind of went mid on the Queen of Pain. And that kind of had, the Queen of Pain for me didn't really have an impact in this game, because she kind of... she got 2 good sonic waves off, but apart from that, she didn't really have anything to kind of show off for why was she picked in the mid lane. And the Death Prophet kind of showed a lot, because she was literally in the front line in every fight, and that kind of was very scary to watch, because at one point when they were hitting the tier 3 of Akatsuki, there were 2 major buybacks that came out from the Gyro and the Witch Doctor, and once you kind of have 2 buybacks come out, you don't really go aggressive in the game. And that was, I think, the last mistake Akatsuki, when they tried to get aggressive, they tried to push when they were already on the losing end, and that kind of gave Buriza all the kind of power to just say that, alright, you know what, you already bought back, you want to bring the fight to us, we're going to just return that fight, even if you know that you're going to make a huge mistake. And that was a risky move, and I think if Akatsuki hadn't made that move, they got sort of killed, at least after those 2 buybacks. They should have gone back and started farming, maybe figure out something else rather than just running into Buriza like that.
Alrighty then, well, that sums up today's Dota 2 game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you guys in today's stream. Do remember to like and subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any further updates. Press that bell icon there. Press it. Press it right now. Okay, you can do it once when you say bye-bye, which is just about now. I'm Vagish Godslebhan, your host, and
I'm Zara Angela Gonzalez.
And we'll meet you again tomorrow, same place, same time, different games.
The guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.